All right, Dan Rubenstein, we are back.
Live. Oh, Facebook today?
We're going on Facebook. We're going on X, the Everything app. We're, of course, going here on YouTube as well. Welcome back. We just did this like hours ago. It wasn't all that long ago. We did the Texas upset of Texas A&M. We got another one on tap here today. They've got 8 guys, or what feels like 8 guys, crowded into the Fox Wendy's delivery to kickoff booth field side here at Michigan Stadium. They either need a bigger desk or they need fewer guys.
Mark Ingram is in danger of having his winter cap slip over his eyes and be blinded. But they're all in okay, just from a TV production standpoint, obviously they're not in the booth. This looks so much better than the ESPN green screen.
Oh, also, the one that we saw yesterday?
Yeah. The McElroy 2D. They also are not using those like weird CBS cameras where they blur everything out in the background.
Right.
Like artificially with software.
Yeah.
Like, I just appreciate this from Fox. I don't say it enough about Fox broadcasts, but I appreciate this.
Here's
right?
This killed me last night, by the way. When you speak of the bad green screen, this was the green screen effect that they had on the Texas A&M game last night, where you described Greg McElroy as a 2-dimensional cardboard cutout, and that freaking killed me. Absolutely killed me.
Regal Cinemas, Greg McElroy.
Yeah. Welcome back, one and all. We've got a big day of football. We had a big day of football yesterday. We've got just as big a day of football today. For those who are tuning in wondering, what is this? We can't actually show you the games. We will get kicked off of all the platforms. We're not doing that. We do have a scoreboard here that you can see on the right-hand side of the screen that will auto-update every 5 seconds or so once the game actually kicks off. We also can jump into and out of other games around college football.
Wait, who built this live bit of software that's keeping score actively?
Excuse me? I didn't even hear what you said.
I said, who built this live active scoreboard? That
would be yours truly here that built this. Custom fit for our streaming purposes. We can jump into and out of any games that the group feels is interesting or wants to talk about here.
Enterprise opportunities available?
No.
You're not willing to sell this? You're not willing to license this scoreboard to others who want to do this kind of thing?
I would. Of course I would.
Okay.
But I need a good sum of money.
That's what I'm saying. Enterprise. Enterprise isn't charity.
I wasn't sure where you're going with that, but
no.
Okay. So look, if you want to take part in the chat, if you are out on X, the Everything app, you can just click into the broadcast, type it in there. We'll see it up on the screen. We'll pop up some of our favorite stuff throughout the course of the day. If you are out on Facebook, the same rule applies. If you are out on YouTube, we would ask you to hit the subscribe button as we try to drive north towards 28,000 before the end of the year. So do us a solid, hit that subscribe button so you can not only participate in the chat as we lose somebody as we are doing this.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's all right. It's all good.
It wasn't a match.
It was not a match. It's all good. So hit the subscribe button. We will be here throughout the course of this Ohio State versus Michigan game. What games do you have going on right now in your own personal quad box over there in Chicago?
All right. In the southeast portion of my quad, I've got Texas, West Virginia, Southwest, Louisville, Kentucky, Northeast, and it works out nicely. I've got Pitt, Miami, and it looks like Northwest, we have South Carolina, Clemson.
All right. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I have to manually build my little quad box here because I do not have a TV in the room that my studio is in. So I've managed to do it. Everybody can relax, but this is just where we're at right now.
Fair.
Opening play in the Miami Pitt game, Mason Heinschel sacked by Miami. Could be a long afternoon along that defensive front or offensive front with the Miami defensive front coming at him.
All right, Michigan coming out.
All righty, here we go. So if you are tuning in, please do let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what is on the menu for today. Any other details you want to know, Dan Rubenstein?
From people?
Yeah.
I want to know their leftover status from Thanksgiving. I want to know a fun fact about their hometown. I want to know if they have any action on any of these games. Of course, wager responsibly.
Of course.
I want to know who you're watching with, other than, of course, the Solid Verbal, your friends here at this Regal show of ours. I want to know. I want to know what turns you on.
Pitt going in reverse there. 3rd and 17. They lost another 5 yards. I believe it's going to be about 4th and 22 opening possession for Pitt. Seems as though Miami came ready to play on defense. So
yes, sir.
That could be a prediction that goes a bit by the wayside. Let's send a shout out to Z Draper 99 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. You ever been to Oklahoma City? OKC?
I have not. I read a book about Oklahoma City, Boomtown, which was terrific.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
The history of Oklahoma City, it's just like a city popped out of nowhere. Kind of like the state popped out of nowhere.
Ryan asking, will the stream only be for the game, or are we going to go longer in the day? So this is only going to be for the early block here.
But
we do have a midnight live stream.
We do go live once again after all the games, yes.
So after all the games, we will go live. Thank you to John for a $5 super chat. Says, let's go Bucks.
I like it. Love the energy.
John, are you at all put off by the fact that I locked up Ohio State in this game?
That was cruel of you, Ty.
Does that at all deter you from your optimism?
Good question.
I have to say, and I don't know if you saw this, Dan, this came into the inbox, but we had a gentleman, our friend Jimmy in Ann Arbor, who listens, who submitted his application weeks ago for me to lock up Ohio State and said that he would provide a generous donation to Locks of Love if I followed suit. I held up my end of the bargain. He sent us a note this morning in our inbox with a screenshot of a $1,000 donation to Locks of Love.
Whoa!
Which is awesome. Freaking awesome.
A full G.
That is friggin' awesome.
That's incredible.
Good for him. And hey, even if Ohio State is not jinxed by my lock, at least some good comes of it, right?
That's true. All right. Sourdough stretch number 1. Stretch and fold number 1. Or number 2 in the books.
We got Nate watching in Worcester, Mass.
Mass.
Leftover turkey stuffing and green bean casserole for lunch. I love it.
Great lunch.
I love it. Nate's been with us for a while. Thank you, Nate.
It's leftover turkey stuffing, green bean casserole for lunch with somewhere between a 27 and 57-minute nap. Perfect.
So Gus Johnson in the booth with Joel Klatt wearing a winter hat, a very dapper sport coat and tie. It's a very odd combo, if I don't say so myself. Has the glasses on. Check this out when they cut back to...
Oh, yeah, that's a weird look. I get it.
I do get it, but...
The Fox, like, he should be prepared with his own fashionable winter cap rather than just, like, panicking and getting one from a crew member or something.
That was definitely, I left it in the Uber over here.
Right.
Does anybody have a winter hat I can wear?
Yeah, it's as somebody who wears glasses full time, the beanie and glasses look is tough.
Yeah,
it's not great. Glasses fit well with a head, but not with a capped head.
All right, what else do we got here? Tyler watching in Wheaton, Illinois. Welcome, sir.
Nice. Western's Burbs. Yeah,
got to represent ourselves here in the Tyler sphere.
He's in the snowy areas as well. By the way, Texas Tech already knocking on the door. 11 and a half minutes left in the first quarter on the half-yard line in Morgantown.
Luke says he's watching in Michigan, recovering from hip replacement.
Oh,
he's all bundled up with an ice machine on his hip. I have had that, what I'm assuming is ice machine, same kind of ice machine.
Yeah, you've told me
I had this shoulder operated on back in 2013, and that thing was a lifesaver. So speedy recovery, Luke. Glad to have you with us. I know you're a Michigan guy, so go blue to you.
I've got an elbow compression sleeve on under here, under this pullover.
Yeah.
I wear it after tennis. Keep the blood flow. Come on, we're just not 26 anymore, Ty. We just aren't.
We're not.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We did this last night. It was a lot of fun. We had a ton of new people find us.
Michigan, Ohio State.
I still feel like Ohio State is the better team.
Yeah.
I have felt that for the last couple of years and have been wrong pretty much every single time. After last year, I have learned to not be too confident about anything related to this game or really any rivalry game.
Right.
I mean, last year really blew my mind with how that one shook out. So we'll see. But I generally feel pretty good. I'm actually just, as a passive observer and somebody who knows a lot about all this stuff because we've been doing it for so long, I am very curious to see how Ohio State reacts to a team like Michigan. Not only is it on the road, not only is it their primary rival, but if you go up and down the teams that Ohio State has played, they haven't really dealt with like the cream of the crop.
No, I mean, that's
at all this season. So this is going to be an interesting litmus test.
Yeah, other than Texas and Oklahoma, nobody's really dealt with the cream of the crop consistently. Just weird schedules all around with the number of disappointing top 15-ish expectation teams. I feel good about Ohio State. Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith expected to play.
Yep.
You won't believe this, but it was not Pete Thamel who reported that because that could have aided Michigan. Thamel loves him some insider Ohio State time.
Yeah.
And Ohio State kicking off. Michigan is receiving it. Ohio State obviously will get it at the start of the second half.
We have kickoff in Ann Arbor at Michigan Stadium, Dan.
Yes.
It's going to be an opening touchback here. Michigan getting the ball first. We'll see how Bryce Underwood looks in his first matchup with Ohio State. He could instantly be like canonized in Michigan lore if he goes out there and has a career day and were to lead Michigan to victory.
Yep.
As a true freshman, no less.
Yeah. Curious to see. We have Jordan Marshall coming on immediately. Obviously was not a contributor last week, recovering from an injury. They've been beat up at tight end as well. I think I saw Marlon Klein coming on.
That's right.
First team.
That's right.
But receiver has been a pleasant surprise for Michigan this year as they give it to Jordan Marshall, who immediately opens up a giant run. Good job, Michigan.
Jordan Marshall, immediate run.
How are we to timing-wise?
All the way down as a 36-yarder gets inside plus territory to the Ohio State 39-yard line. I've got 14:45. Well, it just cut across. But
yeah. Okay.
Would have been about 14:45.
I have the Michigan roster offense. I've got a close-up on Jordan Marshall. I've got wide 17, 16, 15, 14.
Okay,
13.
you're 2 seconds in front of me. That's okay. First down and 10, Ohio at the Ohio State 39 for Michigan. Pass over the middle. That is another first down. Jordan Marshall getting some early work here as Michigan's moving the ball in Ohio State to start things off.
Here's what I want.
Hit him quick.
Well, here's what I want if I'm a Michigan fan watching this game, aside from exactly what has happened so far. Pass on first down, run on third down. Stay a little bit unpredictable because you need everything you can get against this Ohio State defense.
Indeed.
And we'll get there when Ohio State has the ball. If I'm Ohio State right now, obviously you're making Bryce Underwood beat you. And you're making him go through progressions. And you're, making him make tight timing throws.
Yeah. Here's what we got from Joseph. You asked about anybody who has action today.
Oh, please.
He's got K-State 9.5, Ohio State -6, Texas Tech -13.5, and Miami -3.5. 4-team parlay. Good luck to you, Joseph.
Good luck.
Good luck to you. Looks like maybe he teased that down a little bit.
That's a great play from Ohio State. Just blew him up in the trenches. Is that Kenyatta Jackson? Yep.
So we're coming up on 3rd and 8 now for the Michigan Wolverines after 2 long plays.
Yep. 2 unsuccessful runs. I mean, that's what I'm talking about here.
Michigan going, hurry up. Looks like somebody is going to call a timeout. and it is going to be Ohio State. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 upcoming here from the Ohio State 27-yard line. Bear in mind that Michigan's got an ace kicker in Dominic Zavada, who is well within his range right now.
Tough game against Northwestern, but got it done at the end.
This would be about a 44-yarder if they were to snap, spot, and kick it from where they're at. If we look around college football, and I can pop our scoreboard up here to see what else is going on. This isn't always the most up-to-date, but we've both been keeping tabs on this Miami-Pitt game. Pitt has the ball back. They were able to get a stop, but they have been having some difficulty trying to block that Miami front. And this is something that, I like Pitt, and I think you like Pitt in this game as well. But this was the big thing that we were concerned about, specifically position-to-position matchup-wise, because Pitt's ability to block and protect their quarterback is far inferior, I think, to what Miami has along the defensive front.
Right.
And so a lot of this game plan, as it evolves here, if Pitt's going to do anything, it's got to be quick passes. It's already on the arm of Mason Heinschel, but it's got to be quick stuff to get guys out into the flats and really serve it as an extension of the run game, because if he's going to try and drop back and expect 3 seconds every time he gets the ball, it's going to be a long afternoon. So we'll keep tabs on that one. Pitt just punted the ball back.
But that's never been
Miami.
the issue with Miami this year. This has not been a trench issue team. They've been terrific along both lines. Really, it's just decision-making, avoiding mistakes, and keeping their foot on the gas.
That's
and
right.
It's not – I'm not even talking about like a Mario Cristobal thing. Oh, okay, we've got Louisville in the red area, inside the 10, it looks like, against Kentucky. Okay. For Miami, it's just if the run can't be established, stop trying.
Yeah.
If intermediate passes are not there, stop trying. It's sort of like Miami needs to be a little bit quicker to ask itself, what else? All of these teams in these big games should be taking chances, should play fearlessly, but should be exhausting every particle of their – do brains have particles? Every atom, whatever. Trying to figure out how to maximize the number of 2nd and 4s. Right? Especially a team like Michigan, who does not have an explosive offense and is playing against a crazy strong defense. And so running straight into the Ohio State line is not going to be super advantageous. I would play this for 4-down territory, get to 4th and 2 right here, at the very least, if I'm Michigan. Hope to. Split out wide. Well, I wouldn't have done that. But also, Underwood threw that before looking. It seemed like.
He did indeed.
Like that could have been a nice opportunity to pump and scramble.
So it was an incomplete attempt to Jordan Marshall along the right. They're going to bring out Zavada for the, 44-yard field goal, 47-yard field goal, somewhere in that range. As you said, it was a tough game for him against Northwestern, but looks like he's on the left hash here. It's going to be a 45-yard attempt officially for Zavada to get the first points on the board in this game. And our scoreboard's giving it away a little bit here. I haven't even seen it yet, but that is an absolute boomer directly through the uprights. So Michigan's on the board first. It is a 3-0 score in Michigan Stadium, Dan Rubenstein.
The challenge for both of these teams, and any team playing, that includes, Miami and Pitt and whoever is playing in a northern city today, kicking the ball in the cold. And I think we talked about this a little bit with our kicking guest. Remind me his name.
Right. Jamie Cole.
Jamie Cole.
Yep.
Kicking in the cold per hole. You're going to be kicking a brick. So there's not going to be as much feel on the ball, and the ball is not going to depress as much in the cold. And so you'll get more line drives and you'll get more errant kicks. And obviously kickers need to stay warm and loose and everything like that. It's easier to tighten up in the cold, but kickers have been kicking successfully in the cold for decades.
There you go. So
I hope they're able to today.
we got a touchdown by Jacob Rodriguez
Oh, nice.
at Texas Tech. They must have put him in down at the 1 yard line.
Yep.
Get the first points of the day in Morgantown with Texas Tech on the road against West Virginia. This is a big one for Texas Tech. You win, you're into the Big 12 championship game, squaring off presumably against BYU if they can get the job done. If not, then it's going to be somebody else. If you saw, but Arizona State lost the Territorial Cup last night to Arizona, so ASU had a slim opportunity maybe to worm their way into that game, but that is no more after they've lost to Arizona in the Territorial Cup. Really nice year for Arizona, sort of under the radar, but finishing 9-3 after what they did a year ago, that's a pretty good jump. You'll take that if you're an Arizona fan.
Now, okay, if you're Brent Brennan, amazing job, incredible job, hitting the portal, hiring Danny Gonzalez. I think it was Seth Dakey. Who did he hire at offensive coordinator? Not that the offense was incredible, but they made a change there as well.
Yeah.
It was Seth Dakey. So great hires. Transfers obviously were a big deal. The development of that secondary, especially those safeties, Genesis Smith and I think it's Dalton Johnson. I mean, we're talking about, we got a strip sack, but Texas Tech recovers its own fumble in the West Virginia game. These are a lot of these difference makers for Arizona are still new potential Florida coach Jed Fish's recruits.
Right.
So it's what can Brent Brennan do in this like 3.0 time in Tucson? Unreal 2.0. All right. No Lane news yet.
Not yet. I saw Bruce Feldman was on Big Noon earlier and said that LSU remains very confident.
Okay. By the way, Miller Moss starting for Louisville. I can't believe I saw Booger McFarland last night and Kirk Herbstreit this morning. They were like, you got to let Lane finish what he started if he goes to LSU and coach Ole Miss in the playoff. As if, and I saw our friend Jason Kirk say this, let's let the head coach of a more powerful rival stay in our building through the portal time and then leave for another school and take our players?
Yeah, it seems like a bit of a conflict of interest. Seems like a conflict of interest, yeah.
Greg McElroy immediately after the game last night was like, well, you got to put Texas in now, right? If Oregon loses or something, you're just like, what is happening?
I said we're in for a nice little take quake here over the next 48 hours or so. So Ohio State's got the ball now. Julian Sayin walking out onto the field. We will do some progressive clock updates to let you know where we are at.
Not a sponsor could be, like the Progressive Pylon.
Absolutely not a sponsor. Could be. We recognize that there's probably a bit of a delay. The other thing that I should add, and I was looking this up as I said it because it wasn't really clicking, but because ASU lost yesterday.
Shot. Ooh, good coverage. No flag. Is that Zeke Berry? Zeke Berry.
You are ahead of me here, but I'm going to see if I can.
You want me to take a couple seconds? Take a knee? So it was Tate. Minimal contact. That's just a play, man. A little touch. Turned his head.
I've got 15 on the play clock. 10 on the play clock.
Picked. Jair Hill.
Wow.
Just a hell of a play.
Julian Sayin, second pass of the day. The first one was a long shot down the right sideline to Carnell Tate. This most recent one was underthrown or some sort of miscommunication. We'll see it on the replay.
He was looking for a back shoulder.
Looking for a back shoulder. That is an interception.
Jair Hill sat on it. Unbelievable play. Stared it down. Eyes were on Sayin the whole time. Did he get out of bounds? I couldn't tell if he got out. Foot out.
Pass was intended for Jeremiah Smith. All right, Dan. Another opportunity here for Michigan to assert itself. They've got good starting field position, right?
You have to turn this into points. If you're Michigan, if you're Ohio State, obviously mandatory. Get the hell off the field and silence this crowd. And they have the defense to do it. But tough ass to come right back out.
Michigan with the ball at the 39-yard line.
There you
Underwood
go.
in the
First down.
pistol.
Great decision. Hunt those 2nd and 3s, 2nd and 4s.
Bit of a read option. Pulled it back, ran for about 6-7 yards here.
Hold on, Ty. You ready?
Yeah.
7, 6, 7. I go to an elementary school. Oh, I got my delivery. Thank you, Jody with an I. You know about 6, 7?
I know generally of 6-7, but Miami kicks a field goal. They're up 3-0. They got down to the red zone. Pitt stopped them. All right, 2nd and 3 for the 32. Jordan Marshall, another nice run. He is already having a good day. Gets down to the Ohio State 10-yard line, Dan.
Maybe Ohio State should join a real conference so they're better prepared. Like the Mountain West. It's great blocking there. I think, and this is no Max Bredesen, too, is obviously a key part of the Michigan run game.
Correct.
So if Michigan scores a touchdown here, do we pivot to doing Miami Pitt? What do we do? I don't want to be doing
a little early.
Nice stiff arm. All right.
1-yard run around the left side for Bryce Underwood. Get it to about 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. Man, that place is probably ready to melt down right now after that start, don't you think?
Woo! Sorry, I was handed a breakfast burrito with no salsa, and then I texted Jody. I was like, "Salsa?" ? And she came in with a jar of salsa. I'm like, "Oh, I thought maybe it came with salsa."
Are you a dunker? You gonna dunk it in, or
no? I'd sort of a dripper.
A dripper. Okay. Little run up the middle. Jordan Marshall, 2, maybe 3 yards. Going to be about 3rd and 6 now from the Ohio State 7-yard line. They're ready up 3-zip.
Will we be lucky for the? Will we be live for the Iron Bowl? I do not think, in terms of stamina, Ty and I are athletic enough to live stream for 8.5, 9 hours.
Yeah,
total, because we've got our midnight Eastern live stream.
We do have our midnight Eastern live stream where we'll recap all the action. We'll be with you through this early block here. It's going to be a big 3rd and 6 coming up. Would be nice to get 6 if you're Michigan, but you'll take whatever you can get. Don't like that call at all. It was a fade. I really don't like that pass. Intended for Donovan McCulley. It was supposed to be kind of like a back shoulder fade, but he didn't put enough air on it. There was some contact, at least initially at the line of scrimmage, I believe, that kind of upset the timing, and Michigan's going to have to settle for another 3 points.
We talked about this on the preview show. Michigan is butt in the red zone.
No.
Michigan is Jake Butt in the red zone. How about that?
Yeah.
Here's kick is up. Kick is good. Michigan this season, 108th nationally in their goal to go touchdown rate. Red zone touchdown rate overall is 60%, which is 82nd nationally. And the points per scoring opportunity, which means inside the 40, I believe, 86th nationally.
Okay.
So that's play calling, that's running, and that's throwing with touch.
Cutter Boley here. I'm watching this Kentucky scoreboard. Passing complete, short middle to Happy Gilmore the 4th. We have Kansas State up 7-zip. Joseph mentioned earlier that his bets are all in the first half. K-State was one of those teams, so could use a few more points. We'll be rooting for that.
Kind of weird not to have Farmageddon this year.
I mean, we had it in Ireland, so yeah, it's a little bit weird.
Not this week.
Houston up on Baylor. Clemson, South Carolina, still tied at 0 in the Palmetto Bowl. Elsewhere, what else do we got here? We got Iowa State getting on the board 3-0 over Oklahoma State, which just named Eric Morris their new coach. ECU running one up on FAU 21-0. ECU out of it now for the American, but had a little bit of a run there, and of course had a big win a couple weeks ago. Again, it's going to be BYU and Texas Tech now in the Big 12 championship game. By virtue of that, Arizona State lost yesterday. It pretty much clinched who is going to be playing. So BYU, though, given where they think they fall right now in the playoff rankings, probably still has a need for some style points if they can get it.
Agree. You sleep all right? How's your morning been?
Morning's been good. I've got Pitt here on the second screen. Seems like they're having some trouble getting things going. For those watching on YouTube, since we are at commercial here in this Michigan game, we're going to pay the bills and run a quick ad. For everybody else, you're going to be hanging with us for the next 30 seconds or so. Pitt trying to play with a little bit of pace here.
I'm seeing there is dark web speculation that Penn State offered and was turned down by Eli Drinkwitz.
Okay.
Speculation.
You know, I wouldn't blame people who feel like they've got a good situation and just stay put right now. And Bruce, one of our best friends in this industry, Bruce, seems to think that Lane's going to be headed to LSU. I'm not totally certain it's a better gig than Ole Miss right now, but obviously it's got more of a track record.
Man, right when Lane Kiffin was like kind of likable.
So Pitt very aggressively goes for it on 4th and 1 from their own 34-yard line and may have been stopped short.
It looks like they were. So Des Reed is back today in a limited capacity, I saw.
I think they're giving him the first down. Pitt snapped it real quick, so that was a nice little bailout there. Oh, and they stopped the play. They stopped the play before it was snapped. They're going to take another look at it. So we'll keep tabs on the play and the review in this one because that could definitely have some real impact on field position. Otherwise, in this game, Ohio State now with the ball after Julian Sayin started 0 for 2 and threw a pick on the last possession. He's been crazy accurate this year. We talked about it on the preview show, approaching an 80% completion percentage, which would easily be the highest single game mark or single season mark, in terms of completion percentage.
It's a great run.
Ohio State with the ball. Nice little 5.5, 6-yard run from Bo Jackson up the gut.
Playing with a little tempo.
They're trying. So Michigan's called a timeout. They were confused by something. So it looks like they took a look at that Pitt run.
Yep.
I don't have the sound on, so I'm not hearing what they're saying. It still didn't look to me like he got it, but they gave it to him. Didn't have enough to overturn it. If I'm wrong, somebody can yell at me at the chat, but Pitt, by the skin of its teeth, has a first down now at its own 35-yard line. About 3.5 left in the first quarter. They are down 3-0. We're at timeout right now. Michigan called a timeout. We're about to get the second play of this drive for Ohio State.
Here we go. 2nd and 5. 9 minutes left. First quarter. Decent run. Sets up 3rd and short.
Got about a 3rd and 3 upcoming here for Ohio State. 2 Bo Jackson runs got them to this point. Meanwhile, over in the Pitt-Miami game, Mason Heinzel just dropped one in the bucket. It was dropped by number 5, Pitt wide receiver who had it.
I mean, that's a tough catch, right? It's over the shoulder, but, he put it where it needed to be. All right.
3rd and short here coming up for Ohio State. Oh!
It's a nice play. Nice tackle.
So that's 1st down, Ohio State. Check out this hit on Mason Heinzel, Dan.
The tie freeze.
A little bit of a scramble. Boom! There he goes.
Oh, you're looking at
Pitt, Miami. Mason Heinzel just took.
Oh, yeah, he just got knocked.
He just took a shot, man.
It's a nice play from Ohio State. Move the chains. Near their 40. They're keeping a lot of protection in. Bo Jackson with room. Down to the Michigan 40. Nice play. Not testing the secondary as much after the first drive. Had Carnell Tate bracketed there downfield.
Yep.
Nothing there for Jeremiah Smith. It's a nice play.
So we got a 1st and 10 coming up here for Ohio State?
Yeah, about the Michigan 40. 39.
39-yard line. See if Ohio State can answer those first 2 scoring drives for Michigan. Keeping it on the ground. Another
nice hesitation. That could be 6. Just out at inside the 5. Very nice hezzy, as the kids say.
Really nice run from Bo Jackson. I need to see a replay and figure out what was going on with the Michigan defense on that play, because it didn't even look like a stutter step. It looked like Bo Jackson tried to go around the edge and stopped.
I mean, he hesitated.
He did hesitate, and he just sort of cooked past everybody around the side.
But Michigan had the edge.
Can't lose the edge against these guys, man.
You gotta funnel inside, because dudes like Bo Jackson, they'll just take it. Great run.
We got a 1st and goal for Ohio State, Dan.
Ooh, drop from Jeremiah. You want me to pause for a second? I don't like spoiling it. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's look at the coverage here.
So they targeted Jeremiah Smith.
I mean, that was there.
It was open. It was just sort of a bad throw.
It was a little high, but not crazy. It was. I mean, you if you're gonna miss, you got to miss it. What, high and outside in the red zone?
Yep.
We got apparently a pit bomb in.
Yep. C.J. Donaldson run for no gain. Actually, a loss of 1.5. About to be 3rd and goal now. Upcoming for Ohio State. See if they can get some points out of this. They're already in field goal range, obviously, but it would be nice to come away with 6. Meanwhile, over the Miami game, Pitt is 3rd and 9 from the Miami 10-yard line. That is a Pitt 1st down all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Little swing pass. Oh, no, he's over the 1. He's on the half-yard line. Didn't cross the plane in the Pitt game. My time is at 6:20. Let me see. Let me give you play clock. Somebody asked. Doc Scott, welcome back. Ballerina Sumo.
So they called on sportsmanlike conduct on number 1 Barham on Michigan, who in effect headbutted the official.
Incidental headbutt, but
he headbutted the official. They threw the flag. They got him on unsportsmanlike conduct, and it bailed out Ohio State. Half the distance to the goal. It's now 1st and goal.
Snapped. And stopped. Are we about the same now?
I got 6-0. I'll tell you when I'm at 6 minutes right now on the game clock.
Yeah, we're on the same. Okay, we're good.
All right. We're going to a video review over in the Pitt game. They did rule a touchdown on that little flare of a pass out to the right, cut back up the middle, dove in. At minimum, he's going to have a first down, and we've got almost a touchdown in the Ohio State-Michigan game. Again, stop short. It's going to be 3rd and goal now, upcoming. They try to run it up the middle again with C.J. Donaldson, but to no avail. Man, this game's going to be friggin' nuts, isn't it?
Yup.
So they did rule Pitt short. It's still 1st and goal, though, for the Panthers. There's a guy down in the Michigan-Ohio State game, a Michigan defender, right at the goal line right now. Medical staff is out there just sort of waiting for play to resume. It's going to be 3rd and goal for Ohio State when play resumes, but yeah, they're showing number 25. Is that they say Mason Curtis? Is that the guy? Basically looks like he got bent completely backwards trying to make that stop, and he had his leg pinned underneath him, so hopefully he's okay. All right, Dan.
I'm looking for coaching updates.
You look for coaching updates. I'm going to cruise around college football and show everybody the scoreboard here. Texas Tech up 21-0 on West Virginia. The Miami-Pitt game, I think at a minimum, it's about to be 3-3.
Okay.
Barring any sort of turnover. Pitt's got the ball at the Miami 1-yard line. See if they can come away with points. Over in the Governor's Cup, it is Louisville 10-0 right now.
Wow.
Over Kentucky. The Palmetto Bowl still knotted at 0 as we go about 2.5 into the second quarter. Houston up now 14-0 on Baylor. Remember, Baylor decided they wanted to retain Dave Aranda. K-State up on Colorado 7-0. Iowa State up on Oklahoma State 3-0. And then I mentioned before, ECU still up on FAU. For those who care, Ball State, Miami, Ohio right now 20-10 in favor of Miami, Ohio. Not necessarily a team that I'm used to seeing with 20 points, but there we are.
Nice potential trio of games, by the way, in the 3:30 Eastern window. Oregon, Washington, LSU, Oklahoma, Vandy, Tennessee.
Yes.
Maybe, depending on LSU.
Yep.
Nighttime is not as crazy, though we do have the Iron Bowl.
I'm excited about the Iron Bowl. Kate was asking me this morning which games I'm most excited about. Obviously, this one, I kind of have a personal stake in that Miami-Pitt game.
That's true.
But the Iron Bowl, I think the Iron Bowl just, historically has gotten weird. So,
yep.
We got a bunch of new people tuning in. If you are new here, please hit follow. Please hit subscribe to help support what we're doing here. We cannot do the live stream actually showing you the game because we'll get booted off of all the platforms. So doing our best to provide a little bit of commentary, buzz around college football, let you know what's going on. If you want to hit that subscribe button or follow if you're on a different app, wherever you can, help support what we're doing. Hit follow, hit subscribe.
Houston up on Baylor, 14-0. Started the second quarter, or 14-3 now it looks like.
Yeah, I just said that one.
Yeah, I know. I just went through the.
Yep.
Ty, you have to understand something about me. I'm bad at paying attention to everything.
Your role is to look for the coaching news. I will take care of the scoreboard.
Yes, thank you. I am going to pay attention to what Colorado's roster looks like after this season. After the way that they're finishing this year.
I mean, Okay, so here,
The accounts
Doggo,
payable,
put
accounts
on the game.
receivable? Yeah,
Put on
it's
the game. First off, zoom back on that avatar. Secondly, we can't put the game on. We'll get banned. You put on the game. We'll do the commentary as best we can, but thank you for tuning in.
Do we not have the express written consent of News Corp and the Fox Sports Corporation?
We have no permission from anybody to be doing any of this.
Well, this is nothing. This is just talking. We have permission from each other. I don't know if Sane got in there on that sneak.
They're calling it a touchdown on the field.
Second effort.
But it's really difficult to see on the replay. I didn't think he was in initially. But they're giving Ohio State the touchdown, which is not going to bode well in Michigan.
I don't think there's going to be any sort of footage that's going to be able to prove that he didn't, though.
We do have Doc's express written consent, so...
Oh, that counts.
I don't know what that counts as, but... They have ruled it a touchdown on the field. They're going to take another look at it. But right now we're at 6-6. Pending further review, they're cutting to Mike Pereira to see what he has to say about this.
Mike Pereira, crooked banker from 1947. That's what he looks like right now. I like the vest look. I like that he's got a look.
I don't see how they can overturn this.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't look like there's a close enough shot. We have a touchdown pit, Dan.
I don't see how you... Oh, my God. Look how short he is. Come on. I just want this game called correctly. I just don't know how you overturn.
Yeah. So, again, it was sort of a quarterback draw, quarterback plunge, quarterback dive up the middle from the goal line. Julian Sayin fighting to get in. It's just immediately a mass of guys. You cannot see anything. I don't even know how they can rule that a touchdown. Because they're showing right now.
No idea how.
They're showing the vantage point from from either side of the goal line. I can't even see Julian Sayin.
I could see him. I could see his butt hit the ground a yard short.
I'm not sure about that.
Let's see. Quarterback's knee was down. Not in.
It's going to be 4th and goal, so they have overturned the call.
Seems like they did the right thing. I say you go if you're Ohio State.
I think if you're Ohio State with the ball down on like the 3-inch line, whatever it is,
and
Flurry's coming down.
Defense. You have the Ohio State defense playing for Ohio State.
Ohio State's going to go for it here. We got 4th and goal.
Come on. Play action.
Got the heavy set in. We'll see what we got.
Play action rollout or delayed weak side. There's your play action. Open. Called dead.
False start.
Ooh.
We have a false start down on the goal line against Ohio State. They were 4th and goal from like the 3-inch line. And we'll see what they do now. Are they still going to send out the offense or are they going to kick the 3? They are going to send out the field goal unit. So that's a big mistake. I think Michigan was going to blow that play up anyway.
Oh, what a shot of Ryan Day.
Wow. All right. 24-yard field goal attempt upcoming here for Ohio State.
Got it.
And he barely, and I mean barely, sneaks it inside the left upright to make this one 6-3, but a huge friggin' sequence for Michigan to keep Ohio State out of the end zone there. And a right call, I thought, from the officiating crew to go back and overturn that because it just, I don't know how there was enough to give them the touchdown to begin with. I'm not even sure there was enough to overturn it, but it looked like that was the right call. Looks like we got some flurries up there in Ann Arbor, Dan.
Yes, we do. We definitely have some flurries up here in the Chicago burbs.
I love this comment from Austin. Good officiating, ... What
I was
a surprise.
Too. Yeah.
What a surprise. Hey, put your hands together, raise your glasses, whatever you got in front of you for some actual good refereeing. It is a surprise, man.
Any of that mushroom coffee coursing through you right now?
Did not hit the mushroom coffee yet, but we're saving that one up for later.
I'm doing it at halftime. Oh, I like this comment. Are we due for Joel Klatt's annual smile? We'll see.
We will see. Michigan's going to get the ball back, Dan. Here you go. Just from Gavin, thoughts on Oregon making it?
I think they're obviously going to make it if they win today. I think they're in a good position to make it, but are going to be measured against others. It will. If they lose today, I guess you're going to have to see what kind of loss it is to Washington. Obviously, it's on the road. Washington is unranked.
All right. Michigan with the ball back, their own 25-yard line. Jordan Marshall. Oh, no, not Jordan Marshall. Excuse me. Nice run. Sort of cut it back against the grain. It's going to get it to 2nd and 6.
Yep.
It was Kozdal with the run.
Put Oregon in over Texas without thinking. I mean, I'm very good at not thinking, but I would not consider it. Put him in over Vandy.
Now we're starting to get some of the hate in the chat.
Oh, good.
Don't hate on us. Be nice to each other. But if you want to talk a little smack about this game, we approve. We do approve of this. This is the game, man. This is the game. We got holding on Michigan. It's going to back them up here. Going to be about 2nd and 16, 15.
I would put in Oregon over Texas because Oregon has a better record. Texas snuck by how many teams with a losing record? In like Kentucky, Mississippi State.
Right.
They lose to a disastrous season Florida. Got bodied up by a really good true freshman in Dallas Wilson. Didn't look super good against teams like San Jose State and UTEP. And their wins over Oklahoma featured a win. I mean, win the game, but they scored one offensive touchdown in that game and beat up on a quarterback with no hand. Again, good to win that game. That's a nice defense from Ohio State.
So it was 3rd and 5. Bryce Underwood sort of rolled out to his left. Didn't really have anybody open down the field. Decided he was going to tuck it and run.
That's a touchdown, Miami, by the way.
And Bryce Underwood brought down short. They're going to have to punt it away. The touchdown in the Miami game.
That's just good defense.
Was a fun one. Direct snap to Malachi Toney, who instead of running throws a quick little pop pass.
Yeah, starts a sprint out and then pulls it. Yeah.
It's about to be 10-7 Miami. Michigan about to punt it away here. Give Ohio State another bite at the apple with about 2:40 left in the first quarter.
What do y'all watch y'all's games on? We're watching on YouTube TV. I believe you are doing the same, yes?
I am as well, yep.
I may watch the Oregon game on my, because I think it's an ABC game, on my digital antenna.
Okay. So you have no delay?
No delay. Well, I'm texting with Oregon fans during the game who are watching it on cable with no delay.
Right.
So I tend to do that if I can.
What do we expect here from this Ohio State drive? They obviously got a little something going last drive.
Louisville smacking Kentucky around.
Okay.
Not great for the Texas resume.
No. What do we expect here from Ohio State, Dan?
You got to play Ohio State football. You got to take some shots. You got to get creative with your shots. Just little swing passes for nothing. I know
So
it set things up.
They get Jeremiah Smith involved here. They targeted him earlier, but this was his first catch of the day. Just went for 1 yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9 here upcoming for Ohio State. They are showing on the screen that Jeremiah Smith turns 20 years old today.
Nice.
So happy birthday to him. It is wild that he is 20.
Keep feeding him. Keep feeding him. You have the best gravitational weapon in the sport.
Yeah. Run up the middle for about 3 yards to Bo Jackson. Again, it's going to be about 3rd and medium, 3rd and longish upcoming for Ohio State. I don't really know this game plan thus far. I don't really know it. I don't get it. It's got like serious notes of what they tried last year thus far.
You know the burn book from Mean Girls?
Yeah.
It's like each successive Michigan defensive coordinator passes along the secret to shutting down Ohio State. Like Mike McDonald to Jesse Minter to Wink Martindale. It's a nice catch in traffic from Ohio State.
That is a nice throw to Carnell Tate for an 8-yard gain. That's going to move the chains. I had somebody tell me about 2 years ago that a former Big Ten offensive assistant from a different team, not one of these two, but is employed on a full-time basis at the University of Michigan, and his only job description is to scout Ohio State.
Great. That's what you should do.
The full year through, he is some sort of analyst, right? His sole purpose for being on the payroll is to just monitor and evaluate and scout Ohio State. That's
and it'd be insane if it weren't vice versa.
Yeah. And if I said the name, some longtime college football fans would immediately know who I mean, so I'm not going to say it. But
so it's somebody on the Michigan staff who used to be on a different Big Ten staff, you said?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Is it Charles Chip Kelly?
It's not Charles Chip Kelly, although he's probably looking for work.
Damn. By the way, everybody should just throw $1 million at Chip Kelly in the playoff right now. Like, hey, can you help us with our offense?
Yeah.
Like,
all right,
needs
folks.
Any more money, by the way. He's getting paid $18 million not to work.
We've got 1 quarter of play completed here in Ann Arbor. Your score is 6-3 with Ohio State at the ball at the Michigan 49-yard line. For those watching out on YouTube, I'm going to flash this up on the screen. Please hit subscribe. Please help us get to our next little echelon, which I guess would be 27,100. Would appreciate your support. We're going to pay the bills here for folks watching on YouTube and run an ad, but we'll be right back in a second. For everybody else, Dan and I are still here, still monitoring this game, still monitoring others around college football. Pitt with the ball after Miami scored on that trickeration play from Malachi Toney. It does seem like Pitt's a bit overwhelmed at the point of attack. So some of Pitt's efforts to run up the middle, try to play power football is not seemingly working all that well. They're going to need to move Mason Heinschel around in the pocket a little bit, try to create some space that way.
I'm going to wash my hands real quick. I got sourdough remnants.
All right.
I'll be right back. I'm done with my stretch and folds, Ty.
That is a long pass over the middle of busted coverage in the Pitt-Miami game. A really nice throw. Looks like we got a completion. It was close to maybe hitting the ground, but I think he got his arms under it. Sort of what happened on that last drive for Pitt, where they just got a big gainer. They were able to kind of flip the field and use it to their advantage. Now they've got an automatic false start because I think they rushed to the line to try and get it through, but we'll keep tabs on this game throughout. For those who are just tuning in, please do hit follow. Please do hit subscribe. Also, let us know in the chat where you are watching from. Let us know your Thanksgiving leftover situation right now. Let us know what's on the menu for today. What do we got here? Glaucus says, as a Bucks fan, I'm losing my wits. Here's what I want to know. actually, what I would like to know from the Ohio State people out there, am I wrong in saying that thus far through a quarter, and it's still very early, this game's going to go 1,000 different directions from here on out.
I'm listening.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
I'm talking to our Bucks fans in the audience.
Please.
Am I wrong to ask the question whether this feels like a similar game plan to what we saw last year, which didn't work? Okay, let me know.
No,
We
I
got
mean, they
Skull.
came out throwing.
Skull, who's at the UCF game. Okay,
Nice.
that's a big game. BYU, I guess, doesn't have as much to play for now, but it's a big game.
We had 21.
Dan, here we go.
Tech.
This one's for you. Wu-Tang saying, people forget that rank, stats, wins, none of that matters during a rivalry game. Got to throw the records out.
Got to throw those records out.
Got to throw the records out.
Look at this. We got Doc Scott checking in. Currently eating turkey, mashed potatoes, green beans with bacon, or bacon with a couple of green beans. Love to hear it.
Silas is from Florida. He's a Vols fan. Okay.
Big day.
Big game today. What's your pick in that Vandy game?
The game's in Knoxville, right?
It is.
I think I said I trusted Diego a little bit more than Joey. So I'm going Vandy.
Poor Will Whipper says he's flipping through games while writing a paper. What is the paper you were writing?
Oh,
more importantly,
question.
You can't leave us hanging like that without telling us what you're writing.
It's potentially about turtles by the looks of things. Is that a turtle in his abbey? What is that? I can't tell. Oh, no, it's a bird. It's like sparrow, maybe?
No, that's a Will Whipper.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
It's something that's not a sparrow.
Yeah. 2nd and 7 from the Michigan 49-yard line. Ohio State with the football here. Start of the second quarter, Dan. Run up the middle, 1.5 yards, going to be 3rd and 6. What is this game plan? What are we doing here?
I just felt like we would
doing,
see
Dan?
more rollouts to tight ends, different levels, things that have been familiar to Ohio State. All right. It's such a nice pass.
That is Carnell Tate
pass
to the right for about a 6 or 7 yard gain. That's a first down. First and 10 upcoming here for Ohio State as we tick down towards 14 minutes left in the second quarter. Just started a minute ago.
By the way, Ohio State, a slow starting team this year. This is not a crazy opening quarter plus for Ohio State.
No, it isn't.
All right.
A lot of time for Julian Sayin. Throws it to the left sideline. Worked through like 8 progressions.
Yeah.
That is caught by Max Clare. They're showing the replay here. He wanted to try and hit Carnell Tate. Kind of put a double move on.
And didn't separate at all.
Did not separate.
And just sitting with eyes on him.
It was the right call to not try and throw it into triple coverage over the middle. Max Clare, 5-yard pickup. Ohio State at about the 35-yard line here in the pistol. 2nd and 5. Run up the middle. Bo Jackson stopped after about a 1-yard gain. I think what we're seeing here, and I'm going to flash the team stats up on the screen. Right now, this third down efficiency number is, I think, looming pretty large with the way these teams are playing.
Curious to look at what the first down numbers are. Touchdown, Texas Tech. About to go up 28-0.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 5, Ohio State, Sayin in the gun. Calling some audibles. Flurry's coming down. 3, 2 on the play clock. They run it up the middle.
There's nothing. This play calling is terrible.
This is last year's play calling. This is last year's play calling.
So Bo Jackson has a 36-yard run and is otherwise 7 for 14, 7 carries, 14 yards. I don't know if that number is before or after that last play.
I mean, our guy Pumpkin's back from last night. He says establishing the run on 3rd down. Apparently so. But looks like they're going to make it 4th and 5 here. They're going to go for it. So it was 4 down territory all along, probably why they tried the run.
Right. Okay. Let's see what
Saying
happens.
back.
Right tackle beat, takes a shot. That's
Oh
so
my gosh.
pretty.
That's a touchdown.
That's why you feed that weapon.
That is a touchdown to Jeremiah Smith. They got the right coverage. They're going to show it on the replay. Jeremiah Smith just cooked the shit out of a Michigan defender.
By the way, on 4th down.
On 4th down,
Woo!
a double move.
And he couldn't even be interfered with.
No.
Like, there was an attempted interference. Was that Zeke Berry again?
Yeah. So Jeremiah Smith split out wide, takes a few steps like he's doing a slant. That was a sluggo all the way.
That was pure
double move, cooks the defender. That's a touchdown for Ohio State on 4th and 5. Wow. What a turning point. What a turning point.
Huge. That's big man football right there, man.
That is big man football. Wow. Nice throw from Sayin. Nice move from Jeremiah Smith. So here's what they're showing right now, okay?
Oh.
Here's what happened, guys. Beautiful throw from Sayin to Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith cooks the defender, goes in for what appeared to be a 35-yard touchdown pass. They are now showing on the replay as Jeremiah Smith crossed the goal line. The ball was loose in his hands.
It bobbled out.
Out. And so I guess they need to figure out if he reestablished possession or not before stepping out of bounds and going through the end zone.
His toe, when his toe hit with possession, his toe hit the sideline.
Yes. So in theory, that could be a touchback.
Holy shit.
This, my friends, would be a monster turning point.
I think that's the millisecond he controls it. I think his toe is out of bounds. Okay, there's the loss. There's the gather there. And I think his toe is out when the ball was regathered.
This is a monster turning point. Again, a beautiful route, a perfect throw from Julian Sayin. He just, for whatever reason, lost control of the ball as he was crossing the goal line. And they're showing the super close-up from the pylon cam, which every now and again you get a great shot from the pylon cam.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah Smith's toe was out when he regained possession of that football. So this looks like it might end up being a touchback on what otherwise looked to be a beautiful 35-yard touchdown pass.
Can I jump in here? I think by the letter of the law. Okay, thank you.
You're calling it a touchback. Or
Okay.
not a touchback, a touchdown, excuse me.
It is a touchdown.
Okay.
Here's my feeling on this. I think the spirit of the rule is such that, like, that's a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
I think it has to be so much more egregious a loss of control. Like, he cooked the Michigan player, and I just think it would be such a ticky-tack situation if they were to call that a touchback.
Yeah.
I think it goes against what that play was, which was like a very clear touchdown.
Christian, if you don't think that would have been a monster turning point, you don't know college football. That would have been a huge turning point.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that Ohio State would have gone on to lose the game, but to go from potentially a beautiful touchdown to Jeremiah Smith to no points at all in Michigan football with a ton of momentum, that would have been a pretty big deal, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
That is a touchdown. The call was upheld for Ohio State. They ruled after video replay there was not enough to overturn it, so the call is upheld. They said the runner broke the plane. Your score now is 10-6 Ohio State. A huge, and I cannot emphasize this enough, a huge play on 4th and 5, a sluggo route. Jeremiah Smith cooks the defender, catches the ball in stride, strides in for a touchdown. Took it to replay. It's 10-6 Ohio State.
I'm okay with that being upheld. I just am. I don't know. I apologize.
Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I know people are already talking about it here in the chat, but let us know your thoughts.
That it's rigged. That's clear bobble. It's clear from that's a touchdown. Real time. You're watching it as a touchdown. The ball moving around. I'm just not there.
It was close though. It was close.
All right. My dad just chimed in. Bro, that was not a touchdown, according to your father, the official.
Okay.
There you go.
We have a Pitt field goal attempt woefully wide right. Still 10-7 Miami. Miami taking over with about 6 minutes left in the second quarter for those who care about that game.
Oh, we've got Texas Tech immediately intercepting West Virginia, up 28-0. 5 minutes. I love the ball knowers showing up. The ball knowers are here. They're always the most handsome, good-looking people, too, the ball knowers.
Where's my thing? There it is. We got one.
Yeah.
We got one. We got our first clown post of the day. Thank you.
Landon or just the ball knowers?
The ball knowers.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by, guys.
They're always charming gentlemen, the ball knowers.
Always. All right, so here's what's going on elsewhere around college football, okay? I got the scoreboard up here. It doesn't update as quickly, but I wanted to flash this one up here because UCF, if they were to knock off BYU, would have pretty big implications for a team like Miami. For really anybody, maybe even for a team like Texas. I don't know what the College Football Playoff Committee is going to do now in response to yesterday's game, but BYU right now is sitting there at number 11. If you're a school like Miami, if you're root for Miami, you need teams to lose in front of you. That's your best route in. Obviously, you need to beat Pitt first, but if you were to knock off or have BYU get knocked off, potentially then there is a pathway for you to scoot above some of those teams in front of you. We'll keep tabs on that one, but we're watching this Ohio State-Michigan game, a bit of a pivotal moment that we just saw go down, but touchdown is upheld.
Can you do me a favor real quick?
Please.
I banned a user, but before that I banned the wrong user. Can you unban Skull R71?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Thank you. I had a slow ban trigger finger.
We will do that right now.
Thank you.
All right, Skull's back.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Dan the Bandman was just too slow.
Sorry, Skull, please come back. Michigan with the ball now, 2nd and 8. Kuzdal, a nice second effort to get up to about 3rd and 4 or 5 here. Skull, sorry about that. That's our fault.
That's on me. Sorry about that.
Skull's at the UCF game, so keep us posted, by the way.
Please. Carson Beck, 8 of 9 for 74 yards today. Dealing. Underwood taking a shot. We got a stumble, and we lost a flag. We've got a flag.
So a long shot, deep shot down the left-hand side in the Michigan game. And
little push.
We've got pass interference intended for Andrew Marsh.
Yep, freshman.
Interference on Jermaine Matthews, the defender for Ohio State. So that's going to give Michigan 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Thus far, only 3 penalties for a combined 23 yards for those of you playing along at home. Michigan, a little bit of something going here. Okay. 1st and 10, 10 and a half left here in the second quarter. Underwood under center now. little more power football. Kuzdal with a nice run up the middle for about 5-6 yards.
Hunt those 2nd and 4.
Getting it to about 2nd and manageable here.
Looks like we got another Miami first down driving.
I feel like Michigan's playing the same game it's played the last couple years against Ohio State. And until that nice run here, Kuzdal. More bully ball. Kuzdal, a nice run. A 22-yard gain into plus territory. They're going to start their next series at the Ohio State 36-yard line. Wow.
From whoever's in there at, I guess at fullback right there.
Yeah.
Bryson Kuzdal, okay? Walk-on, offer from Ferris State, walk-on offer from Michigan State, offer from Saginaw Valley State.
Yeah.
6 foot 195, the number. We've got another Kuzdal run for not much. The number 214 running back in the class of 2023 from Ada, Michigan.
You're talking about him. Gus Johnson's talking about him right now.
Academic scholarship. Walk on to the team.
Yep. We got our pups taking place here, or stopping by.
Nice.
For
Getting
the stream.
cozy.
Keone, you want to say hello? Come on, say hello. Okay, thank you.
Got a pistol look. Another nice move. That's a nice run fit from Ohio State.
So we're going to have 3rd and about medium upcoming here.
Would love to see some play action here. Not necessarily on 3rd and 6. This has to be 4-down territory.
Yeah.
Have 2 plays in. It's a nice play. That should be it.
I think we're going to get Michigan to a first down here, Dan.
Yep.
It was 3rd and 6. It was a nice throw to Donovan McCulley. Sort of slung it sidearm.
This is cojones territory, Ty.
Yeah, man.
Call a first down pass. And they don't. And they get 3/4 of a yard.
3/4 of a yard. Dan, you take it from here. I got to do something real quick here with the dogs, okay?
You got some smooching to do?
No.
All right, so we have Michigan on 2nd and 9. Not ideal. Ohio State stood up nicely on that one. Ohio State defense has been on the field a bunch. Obviously, Michigan looking here for a long drive, approaching 5 minutes here. Ohio State happy to sit back with 2 safeties. Not a lot of tight end action for Michigan today. And that he's going the wrong way. It's a loss of about 5 there. Michigan on 3rd and long. Let's take a look at Michigan this season on 3rd and long. 3rd and 11 plus. We're at 3rd and 14. Michigan is 108th in the country. 1 of 10, or 10% overall. 3rd and 7 plus, 97th in the country at 20%. So would be almost an upset here if Michigan were able to convert 3rd and 14. Even though they do have good pass catchers, their offense is not built for it.
Kuzdal, right, what did I miss?
Kuzdal ran directly sideways. It was immediately blown up. Loss of 5. 3rd and 14.
3rd and 14. Okay.
They're terrible on 3rd and long as they take another loss of a yard. So, got to get points here. It would be what? A 47-ish yarder?
Looking at about a 47-yarder.
From the right hash. That's just perfect awareness from Arvell Reese.
They're showing Arvell Reese 6'4", 243, runs a 4.5. I personally would love for the New York Giants to draft him, but I'd like for the Giants to draft pretty much everybody. Dominic Zavada, right down the throat. That is a 49-yard field goal to make it 10-9. So Michigan right there, Dan. They are right there. They are right there.
New York Giants are the only NFL team already eliminated from playoff contention.
That is correct. That is correct.
Pretty special.
All right, so you got a 10-9 game. Thank you one and all for tuning in. Hit follow, hit subscribe. We're trying to push this up to 27,100 here. That's our next goal. We'll see if we can hit that. By the end of this stream, we will be with you for the remainder of this game, at which point we're going to call it a day, notably a day, because we will be hopping back on a little bit later on around midnight Eastern time, doing our live stream, our regular live stream that we do after every week of college football action. We'll kind of detail and run through everything that transpired. Of course, we had some games that went down yesterday. We had a closer than expected game in clean old-fashioned hate with Georgia knocking off Georgia Tech. We had the big one last night with Texas getting the upset win over Texas A&M and throwing things into a bit of a tailspin in the SEC. Obviously, a little bit later on today, we're going to get the Iron Bowl, which should give us further clarity on who is playing for the SEC. Oh, by the way, if it ends up being Ole Miss, we'll need some clarity on whether Lane Kiffin will be coaching in that game, because now it seems as if the world, or the eyes of the college football world, are on him right now, waiting for him to make up his mind. Sounds like maybe we'll get a decision at some point today, but who's to say? It is Lane Kiffin, sort of a wild card in his own right. So we've got that going on. And obviously this game, this one going on right now, has got a pretty big role to play with respect to who's going to be playing for the Big Ten championship, what the seeding is going to look like once we get to the playoff. Even Michigan could end up finding its way into the playoff, depending on how the committee feels about the Wolverines. So a lot left to be determined. It's all going to work itself out, or at least I'd say about 85% of it is going to work itself out here over the next 12 hours or so. So hang with us.
Put Arizona in. That's all I'm going to say.
We have a touchdown pass from Carson Beck to Malachi Toney.
Malachi Toney was too open there because he is Malachi Toney.
17-7 Miami with about 1:55 left here in the second quarter. They have looked definitively like the better team in this game, Dan. Definitively like the better team in this game.
Right.
And I would just caution Notre Dame fans out there. The gap has narrowed between the likes of Notre Dame and Miami. And if Miami ends up getting a nice win over the Pittsburgh Panthers here, I don't know if you're safe if you're at 9, especially with what's going on with Texas, especially with what's going on around college football. It would be helpful if you're Notre Dame if there was a loss in front of you or maybe immediately behind you. I just don't think it's a sure thing that they get in.
Counterpoint, there's no universe in which the College Football Playoff Committee leaves out a 10-2 Notre Dame ever.
I'm just saying, man.
I hear what you're saying.
Just saying.
But sometimes you got to be a little bit more jaded.
5:22 left. It's going to be Ohio State ball after the Michigan field goal. 10-9. We'll see what they do on this possession. Let me know in the chat what your predictions are for this ensuing possession now for Ohio State.
Flag on the kick.
There was a late flag on the kickoff. And they're calling on sportsmanlike conduct on Michigan.
Talking some shit.
The ref was on mute, but we know what unsportsmanlike conduct is. Oh, now they're pointing in the other direction.
Oh, on Ohio State.
All right, so it's unsportsmanlike conduct against Ohio State. which puts them inside their own 15-yard line as they're talking about here on the broadcast. Our guy Skull at the BYU UCF game is reporting that we've got 14-0 UCF now over BYU in a game that definitely would have some playoff ramifications if it were to conclude with UCF as the victor.
What is going on?
So we had an unsportsmanlike conduct call on Lockhart from Ohio State. They've got the ball on their own 12.5-yard line.
It's a nice play.
Bit of a play fake. Carnell Tate up to about the first down line. Maybe didn't get it, but nice gain. And a really nice move when he caught the ball. You notice that? His first step after catching it.
Yes. Quick
Michigan just doesn't really have an answer for that quick step, right? Catch, boom, was already moving in the direction he wanted to go. Michigan really couldn't do much about it.
That's coming off injury. Yep.
It's going to be 2nd and 1 here from Ohio State's own 23-yard line. Saying back to pass again.
It's beautiful.
Over the middle, another deep pass. Kaz Merrick, the tight end, wide open over the middle of the field. A really nice throw from Sayin.
It was picked up really nicely, this blitz.
Yeah, Michigan tried to bring some pressure from the second level, but
Bo Jackson stood him up. Look at that.
Beautiful throw from Sayin.
So here's what's happened in the UCF game, by the way. 11-play, 75-yard touchdown drive UCF. Immediate 3-and-out for a loss of 10 yards overall from BYU. And then what looks like a 20-yard touchdown pass from Raven Taven.
Wow. Okay.
So jumped on it immediately. A lot of football left.
Nice run
BYU
there.
Fell down to Iowa State in similar fashion as well. Continue.
Nice run up the middle for 16 from Bo Jackson to get another first down for Ohio State as they are now driving into Michigan territory. All right, first down Ohio State. Getting close to red zone. Saying back, a lot of time to throw.
Just throws it away.
Nobody open, floats one out of bounds. Going to be 2nd down and 10.
By the way, without having watched a single play, Tannick Caesar, go bet BYU is what I'm hearing. I wouldn't say it just because I haven't watched, but yes. I think there's value there.
Second and 10 here, 3.5 left, second quarter. Little bit of a swing pass out to Bo Jackson around the left.
Gets you 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5.
Going to be 3rd and medium coming up here. Mason Heinschel limping, sort of got wrapped up. He's been under duress this entire game from Miami.
I want to let you know that Heisman candidate Jacob Rodriguez is now 0 for 1 throwing the ball with an interception.
We got a big 3rd and 5 coming up here for Ohio State. From their own, or from the Michigan 32-yard line. Saying back again with a fair amount of time over the middle. Nice throw. Pitch and catch.
To be clear,
easy
Jacob
completion
Rodriguez,
to Brandon Innes for a first down.
Yes. Jacob Rodriguez, former quarterback. This is
They're
not
all
out
former
of nowhere.
quarterbacks, right?
They're all, well, no, former quarterback at Virginia, right?
Yeah.
He came to Virginia as a potential quarterback, and it didn't work out.
May have the biggest head of anyone I've seen in college football. It's like a size 8.5 head. He's like Bruce Bochy out there.
Yeah. Knew you were going there.
We got a first down and 10 here for Michigan. Or for Ohio State, deep in Michigan territory, excuse me. Going to be at the 24-yard line. Got a timeout, Michigan. Feels a little bit to me as I'm watching this Pitt game like Pitt's unraveling. and is not of the same caliber.
No.
Right now, it's about to be 3rd and 37 for the Pitt Panthers with 38 seconds left in the first half.
Eli Holstein's in? Is that what I'm saying?
I don't know. I didn't see, but I did see that Mason Heinschel got sort of wrapped up.
Yeah, Holstein's in.
We'll see if Heinschel is able to come back or if
Nice
Holstein
run.
plays with a
3rd and
vengeance now that he's
37.
back in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to have 1st and 10.
Yeah.
When play resumes here in the Ohio State-Michigan game. Right now, our scoreboard's stuck on 3rd and 5. That's going to update momentarily. Ohio State's got the ball at about the 24-yard line here. They are driving with 2:03 left. This is the final play before the 2-minute timeout.
No misdirection. Bo Jackson. That should be, just stop short of a first down.
A little bit of misdirection, a bit of a shuffle pass there to Bo Jackson, who was moving in the opposite direction of Sayin. Gets it to about 2nd and 1. We're going to go to a timeout as well, as the broadcast has decided to do so. For those of you watching out on YouTube, please hit follow, please hit subscribe. Where's my thing here? We're going to pay the bills with a quick ad. For everybody watching on other platforms, please make sure you hit follow, please hit subscribe. Appreciate it.
You have any pumpkin pie this morning?
I ate all the pumpkin pie yesterday morning, Dan.
You finished it up.
I did.
How many did Mama H make this year?
She's got more at the house, I think, that are in the freezer right now, but she only brought one over here, and I pretty much ate about 85% of it on my own.
How many people will be just wandering the streets dejected in Columbus, Ohio, if Ohio State loses again? I don't know if you ever go for like sadness walks after a particularly like brutal loss for one of your teams.
I've done it.
It's real tough.
I know.
It's more productive than a sadness nap or a sadness drink or 3. You can combine the sadness walk with the fart walk, which is very big now.
Yeah. The Washington Post wrote a whole article apparently on fart walks, which I didn't know we were doing fart walk commentary, but okay. Christian, keep us posted on this one, all right? He's talking about Eli Holstein. Eli Holstein and Des Reed. Those are my boys before the start of the year. That was the reason that I was so high on Pitt and why I picked Pitt to get to the ACC championship. I had Pitt 9-3 in the preseason. Everybody thought I was crazy. I thought I was crazy after the first couple weeks of the season, but Pitt's rallied really nicely under Mason Heinschel. We'll see if he's able to come back, if it's a, I don't know, Eli Holstein revenge game, something like that. But they're going into halftime down 10 right now at home against Miami.
We've got a Gator Nation podcast. Say no to Sumrall. This is not a brand or statistical fit for Florida right now. With no disrespect to former Kentucky LB Sumrall, but Florida's fan base should not have to endure what is statistically likely to be Billy Napier Part 2. 2-time Sun Belt champ at Troy. Oh, this is a very long thing. I think that's kind of a bullshit way of thinking about this.
Okay.
That you're like, you shouldn't hire a good Sun Belt coach because you just had a good Sun Belt coach not work out. Everybody's different. Everybody's built different. Everybody is, able to adjust differently to challenges. But the one thing I do know is if there's somebody to trust the least, it's the fan base in terms of like what a coach is or is not.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, I had the same thought though. Would the fan base be willing to accept another Group of 5 coach?
Well, the fan base
went down with Napier.
The Florida fan base seems to think that the Florida Gators in 2025 have the same ceiling as the Florida Gators in 2008, and there's no evidence therein.
Yeah.
And so you are what coach you can attract makes you out to be.
Run up the middle, Bo Jackson about 4 or 5 yards. That's going to be first down deep inside Michigan territory, Ohio State driving. Got flurries coming down a little bit harder in Ann Arbor now.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little snow globe effect at Michigan Stadium. Clock is ticking down. Going to be first, and I don't think goal yet. They're not that close to the goal line, but they're squarely inside red zone territory right now. First and 10 at the 11. Another run up the middle. Bo Jackson
Nice
down
run.
to about the 2-yard line. He's not going to have the first down, but they're knocking on the door here, ticking inside 125 now on the game clock. So they're trying to take this clock as far down as they can.
And the middle 8 is there for the taking for Ohio State.
That is correct. Michigan
They got
got the
the
ball
ball.
first.
This right here, Ty, is a DNA drive for Ohio State.
See what they're made of, right?
Yep. That's a nice stop for Michigan, just short of the line of scrimmage.
About to be 3rd and 4
Mm-hmm.
for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They're inside a minute now. The game clock is at 38 for me.
Yep. 34, 33, 32, 31.
This will be a very, very big stop for the Michigan Wolverines.
A DNA, a culture stop for Michigan.
They're letting a lot of time tick off here.
They got timeouts. It's fine.
Do we think this is a real comment from
No,
Ron Joe?
I was about to ban.
Do we think so? See you, buddy.
Ban him up.
Happy Thanksgiving. You're out. Got another one here. Hey, come watch it live on my Twitch channel.
See
Saw
ya.
it before. You're out of here, bud. Happy weekend. Enjoy your football Saturday. Want to say hello? Come on up. Say hello.
Uh-oh.
Say hello. No,
Here
no.
comes one of Ty's
Say
fluffy
hello.
bitches.
Come on up. She likes smelling the microphone. Hello.
Can we get some talking?
You speak? You speak? Speak.
Come on.
Come on up. Come on up. Come on up.
There's a little bit.
Okay. Getting her all revved up. We're going to have to take a little bit of a break. There she is. All right. Good girl.
Yeah,
Have to take a little bit of a break.
Ty's got 2 Sammys.
I love this one. Looks like Falcor from the Never Ending Story.
Yeah. Never ending story.
We'll deal with her inside of a minute here when Michigan and Ohio State resume play. Got a rather large play upcoming for Ohio State. Let's see if they can punch it in. Give themselves a little bit more separation. If they were to score and kick the extra point, it'd be an 8-point lead going into halftime. Otherwise, it's going to be 13-9 in all likelihood. You got Texas Tech up 28-0 on West Virginia at halftime. They're not relenting at all, but their opponent next week in the Big 12 championship game, BYU, is very much on the ropes here, playing at home against UCF. UCF needs this game, by the way. You know, we haven't talked a whole lot about UCF. Scott Frost's first year. Scott Frost has been a bit of a punchline in and around college football, granted. They win this game, man, they're going to a bowl, which in year one, given the depths that that program had sunk to before he got there, that would be a pretty nice turnaround.
Correct. I don't love them for 4 quarters today, but
UCF, yeah.
Game. Yeah.
UCF's been plucky, though, man. They've been kind of a tough out here. And I mean, not consistently a tough out, but they've had a few games where have definitely punched a little bit better than the weight class, at least the expected weight class.
I don't love smashed by Baylor on the old resume. But is that like a 30-3-er?
Nobody likes to be smashed by
Like
Baylor.
the Baylor defense really played them well. I'm like, ooh.
So we got big time spread set here on
Here we
3rd
go.
and 3. Donaldson in the backfield. Saying back to pass over the middle. That's a touchdown, Brandon Innes.
Yep.
Sort of the same pattern they ran earlier with Brandon Innes over the middle. Wide open, like a little trail concept. Just they bring him in motion, yeah. A little bit of a rub route, a little bit of a pick, trail whatever you want to call it. Brandon Innes wide open for a touchdown. They're going to kick the extra point. They're going to go into halftime up 17-9, Dan.
At least Claire sold the route, right? That
Yeah.
he did sell the route getting into it, which I appreciate.
So we got 16 seconds left before we go to halftime. Michigan's probably going to get the kick, take the knee. We're going to run this one in, and Ohio State gets the ball to start the second half, which, as you said earlier, gives them a nice little middle eight opportunity. Maybe take a 2-score advantage. We'll see.
I always do appreciate tuning into all of these quad box games and seeing various halftime shows.
Yeah.
This one that I'm looking at right now reminds me of it made me cackle a little bit earlier on in the season that somebody tweeted out with a bunch of followers, something like, man, isn't it weird that Jimbo Fisher just kind of like dropped off the face of the earth? And like the first comment was, he's literally been on the ACC network all season long. And like all of the replies under that were something like, exactly. Point stands.
Yeah.
ACC network's fine. I enjoy it.
What's been your biggest impression here in the first half?
Julian Sayin, other than that pick, has been throwing beautiful balls in the flurries. Michigan has done a good job sticking to its game plan, but this was a comment that we need more cojones in the red area on first down. And I'm sure Michigan people are going to be bad about the non-touchback call. I understand that anger.
Sure.
But when you watch that play in real time, if you need 1,000 frames per second, you better see something obvious. And Michigan people are going to say that was obvious. I'm sure some non-Michigan people are going to say that's obvious. But I don't know. I didn't think it was egregious.
Yeah, I mean, I think the takeaway for me so far is, Julian's saying the way he's regrouped after a rocky start has been notable. But, we're going to talk a lot about the offense, but I think the Ohio State defense and what they've been able to do, I mean, the Ohio State defense has come up large in this. I mean, they've given up some yards, they've given up some points here, but
right.
They have not allowed Michigan to score a touchdown yet, and there have been ample opportunities for that. So we came into this game expecting that Ohio State defensively would set the terms, and we've seen Michigan have some success playing their normal bully ball. But down in the red area, where it really matters, Ohio State's been very, very good.
Yeah. By the way, we got a targeting situation.
We had a fight? Is that what we're having? What's going on here?
Sportsmanlike conduct.
On sportsmanlike conduct, okay.
The other thing with Michigan, that's the half. I like their, bully ball strategy. You got to be able to pull it off in the red zone. There's zero threat right now of Bryce Underwood completing like an intermediate or deep ball.
Yeah.
It seems. Yeah. Which you need to have that threat. We've seen that maybe not last season, but in previous seasons, even when the Michigan passing attack wasn't significant, we've seen that threat come to fruition.
So there you have it, folks. It is halftime. You can see our win probability up here on the right. Ohio State right now at about 89%. They have control of this football game with that late touchdown to Brandon Inniss. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. Right now, your score at halftime is 17-9. Dan and I are going to take a little bit of a break here at halftime, get our affairs in order. We will join you on the flip side here. Again, Ohio State with the lead going into halftime.
Yes, I'm exporting the same image from last night.
Oh my gosh,
that you loved, right?
Our filler image, yeah.
And I'll get a little track here going. I'm excited for the second half. I'm excited for the second half of all these games. Should be a good one. Should be a fun day. Can't wait to talk second half as it all unfolds. There's the image, Ty.
Oh my God.
You never looked better. Just never have.
All right. We'll see y'all in a bit.
Yep.
I am back. Dan is not yet back. Thank you for tuning in. While we're waiting for the second half of Michigan, Ohio State to kick off, let's take a quick click around the scoreboard, the one that I am watching right now. Inside 11 minutes now in the third quarter, we've got Miami with the ball driving, currently up 17-7, looking to make this a 3-score affair against Pitt. Pitt has had a hell of a time trying to do any of its normal stuff against Miami. They have had a really difficult time trying to block that Miami defensive front. It just feels like Mason Heinschel has been running for his life for a good chunk of this game earlier. He twisted an ankle. So it's been a really slow go for the Pitt Panthers as you look at the team stats here. Just 2 of 7 on third downs. There's being outgained by a pretty hefty margin. This has not gone that well for Pitt. The other thing that I'd call out is they're heavily penalized. They're trying whatever they can to try and stop Miami. But the Canes right now, especially Malachi Toney, who remains a problem pretty much for the entirety of college football. They're just finding ways to get him involved. He had the touchdown pass. Hasn't been crazy on the ground, but that's
there, by the way. I don't know
what's
if you
that?
saw that? A great breakup there from
A
the
great breakup. Yeah.
But we might get a PI, it looks like. Yeah.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct against the Pitt Panthers down at the goal line, so that's not going to be good. It's going to give Miami an extra possession here. I was just talking about Malachi Toney, Dan. They tried to get him a little bit involved in the ground game. Hasn't done a whole lot there, but here you go. 8 for 88, 11 yards per catch and a touchdown right now through the air. Miami's sort of having its way with Pitt the way that Notre Dame had its way with Pitt. So we'll keep tabs on that one. We finally got some scoring in the Palmetto Bowl.
Oh, what do we have?
17-14 right now in favor of the Clemson Tigers. If we go back and look at what happened there, a run for Adam Randall. We had a touchdown pass, a long touchdown pass to Nick Harbor from Lenoris the Creator. So we've had some hijinks in this one, but right now Clemson leads by 3 points. Texas Tech up huge on West Virginia, so no threat there of an upset on the road. The game that we were tracking a little bit earlier was this UCF-BYU game, which has since been tied up by BYU. Touchdown from LJ Martin, I think, squares this one up at 14 apiece. So we'll keep tabs on that one. But the game that we are all watching, that people are tuning in to hear us discover and learn about together, is Ohio State, Michigan. What'd you do over the halftime break, Dan?
I made a blend of mushroom coffee and some other coffee in my handy dandy Solid Verbal mug. Merch.solidverbal.com. It's available, yes?
It is available, yeah.
Merch.solidverbal.com. Here we go. Opening kick to the second half. Looks like it's going to be returned. There we go. Ooh. And I made myself a breakfast sandwich. And the real ones know you wrap the breakfast sandwich so you give the cheese a chance to get nice and melty.
That's it, brother.
Bread to get a little steamy. So I've got a sausage, egg, and cheese, chicken sausage, egg, and cheese on toasted English muffin with some hot sauce.
Beautiful. Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in with us here. We watched the first half together. We've got one half of football to go. We've got snow flurries a-flying in Michigan Stadium. And we've got Ohio State with the ball now to lead off the third quarter. We'll keep you tuned in to some of the other action around college football, but this is the main event right now. And the reason for the stream.
I also have, as we see, a little screen from Ohio State. First down, Jeremiah Smith, go for about 4. I also have a wife and 2 small children braving snowstorm conditions because they have too much energy to be staying inside, walking to lunch. So at some point, I may be called out like a St. Bernard to rescue them 3 blocks away.
Perfect. Yep. All right. We got second down and medium upcoming here for the Ohio State Buckeyes, and probably a little bit behind you again, Dan.
Snap. It's a quality run from Bo Jackson. Did you see that?
I just had the snap right now.
I'll pause it. I'll give you a few seconds.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See if that does the trick.
Unpause it. That should be good. That's closer.
Ram, the car company Ram, removed Drew Aller from their commercial.
Wow.
Because he probably had to
Dodge Ram or
Dodge Ram, the one with Terry Crews, that commercial.
Yeah. Why'd they remove him?
I assume you got to pay him every time it airs or something. No, probably not that, but probably had to stay the starter.
We had a 3rd and 1 play there, run up the middle, Bo Jackson first down for Ohio State. So kicking off another methodical drive. They've been running the ball very effectively. If I flash this up on the screen, I was looking at this a little bit earlier, but Bo Jackson right now, 14 carries, 87 yards for over 15 carries, just updated, hovering around that 6 yards per carry mark. I still get hung up on the fact that his name is Bo Jackson. I'm not going to lie. Mm-hmm. And he's no relation to the Bo Jackson. But this has been, I think, a pretty important part of the Ohio State game plan thus far, the fact that they're able to get some traction on the ground.
And his real name is Lamar Jackson.
Real name is Lamar Jackson, yeah. So
that's also great.
How he went from Lamar to Bo, somebody can tell me about that in the chat, but I don't know. Either way, he's very gradually been nursed along in this Ohio State offense to the point now where they're second half of the season running with a lot more effectiveness. We got 2nd and 8 here. Ohio State in the pistol. Play fake to Jackson.
To Jackson.
He's open in the flat. About a 10-yard completion on the play action from Julian Sayin. So Sayin is now 15 of 19. And I mentioned this during the first half. I'll mention it again now. He is very close to setting the single season record for completion percentage.
Is Dollop Coffee and Pie still an Evanston breakfast institution? I don't know. I get the pies. It's Hoosier Mama.
Yeah.
Hoosier Mama Pie Company. Pies are incredible.
1st and 10, Ohio State about at midfield.
Beautiful throw and a drop.
A little bit behind Max Clare. He was open in the flat.
Yeah.
A little bit behind him.
No, it wasn't a beautiful throw.
That brings Sayin's completion percentage down to 75%, Dan, on the day. 15 of 20. In contrast, Bryce Underwood, 3 of 5 for 16 yards thus far. Obviously going with a much different game plan on the Michigan side of things. If they go down 2 scores, they're going to need to open this up a little bit. Second and 10, again in the pistol. Hand off to Jackson up the middle. A little bit of a cutback, about 2.5, 3 yards. So we're going to have 3rd and medium coming up here. Talked about this in the first half as well, but this number, 6 of 8 for Ohio State on 3rd down, is loomed pretty large as well.
Okay.
By the way, Miami with another touchdown. They're now up 24-7.
Who had it? Was it Pringle?
As they run up the middle. All right, so 3rd and 8, pass up the middle to Max Clare. He is stopped short by about 2.5, 3 yards. And Ohio State's going to have a decision to make here at midfield. Do they go for it? Do they play aggressive? Do they punt it away and turn it over to their defense? Usually I'm in favor of going for it. I'd be inclined here to punt it, turn it over to the defense because the defense has been nails.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like that's what Ohio State's going to do, barring a fake here. So Michigan with a big stop to lead off the second half. That ball is into the end zone for a touchback. Michigan's going to get the ball to 25-yard line.
I'm not crazy about that punt. I'll be honest with you. 4th and 2 from midfield.
You'd have gone for it?
This offense? Yeah. The most
Okay.
accurate quarterback in the country? I don't know, man. I think you take every opportunity. They just literally punted.
Well, right now, I mean, the Michigan game plan is very much centered around the run. Not that it's changed that much over the years, but they are kind of running back the same old Michigan playbook that we've seen against Ohio State.
Yeah.
So I feel like Michigan's fairly limited. They had some early success, but even still, they're yet to punch it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, you're definitely limited if you don't even try. They're not even trying right now. First down play action. I don't think that's a crazy thing to try and execute.
Pitt with the ball here inside 9 minutes in the third quarter. Just really unable to get much of anything going here. It's about to be 3rd and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. Miami is just smothering them. Pitt's really unable to get much of anything going against these guys. And they need to find something. They're having trouble now stopping the Miami offense, in particular Malachi Toney, Carson Beck, have not been able to get a whole lot of pressure on him. And when they have the ball in offense, Miami is just bringing the heat, man. They're bringing the heat, and they're having a hard time protecting Mason Heinschel. Pitt's going to have to punt it away. They did a halfback draw on 3rd and 10. Boozy Turner, nice little run, but Pitt's going to punt it away down 17, give Miami a chance to pretty much put this one on ice. Elsewhere around college football, Dan, we got Louisville putting the screws of Kentucky 27-zip.
Yep.
Look at the stats in this one here, man. Miller Moss having an okay day, but just 2.2 yards per play for the Kentucky Wildcats. That's going to leave a mark. ECU running one up on FAU, for those who care. We got Iowa State up 10 on Oklahoma State. We got Colorado and K-State playing in Manhattan. K-State with a 14-7 lead, about 2 left in the third quarter. Palmetto Bowl, Clemson has added a field goal now. They're up 20-14 over South Carolina, but South Carolina's got the ball. Houston up 24-9, 15-point lead. And we mentioned Texas Tech running one up on West Virginia. Michigan's got the ball back now, their own 20-yard line.
There's play action on first down, and it immediately succeeds.
Play action. That was a dangerous throw from Bryce Underwood.
It was, and I think he could have gone safer closer to the sideline. Let's see.
A dangerous throw on 1st and 10. Play fake.
Grass there, and it's a tall receiver.
Nice little layered throw. They follow it up with no gain. A pass to Klein along the right-hand side of the screen.
But now the threat credibly exists.
Going to need to see more of that for Michigan if they want to pose a serious threat here. They are playing fair enough on defense.
Yep.
Not getting blown off the ball, but they're going to need a little bit more pop offensively if they want to pose a real threat here, I think, in the second half. Got snow falling a little bit harder in Michigan, Dan. A little bit harder.
An immediate first down run.
Second down run. So we're coming up on 3rd, and the Cusdell drop for no gain. And we're looking at 3rd and 10 here for the Michigan Wolverines. Third and 10, Michigan Wolverines. They're at their own 46-yard line. Underwood back to pass, sort of. Oh, gosh.
Throwing 4 yards short of the sticks.
That looks like when you watch a baseball game and one of the middle infielders turns to throw at the second base and they sidearm it at like 78 miles an hour when they're 4 feet away from the teammate. So he just sort of like...
He had a pocket to step into and had a guy over the middle. That's a freshman, though, right? Like,
yeah.
It's unfair to expect constant awareness. You can speed up a freshman, and Ohio State very much did.
Michigan with a very bad punt. That is a really bad punt. That might be like a 12-yard punt, Dan. Ohio State cannot give Ohio State field position like that. They're going to take over the ball. Really good field position here, up by a score 17-9, about halfway through the third quarter. Not a great series there for Michigan. Started off really nice with that throw from Underwood. But from that point forward, Ohio State just locked them down.
Nice long pass from, I think, Cutter Boley in the Kentucky game to midfield. So they try to get on the board somehow, some way. 14-all, by the way, BYU UCF.
Yep.
BYU ball. I'm sure you mentioned it. Cutter Boley, 12 of 22, 4.3 yards per attempt. Miller Moss having a nice enough game, not super accurate, 9 of 17. Maybe he's had a couple drops, but for 161, 9.5 yards per. Running the ball well, and Kentucky very much is not.
Miami with a long run.
I think that was Pringle, right?
Yes, to get down, I think, into the red zone now.
That's nice.
Potentially to go up 31-7. So Miami not really leaving much doubt here. Against Pitt, look, not to make this about the playoff, but it's going to be interesting to see how the committee handles a resounding win over ranked Pitt.
By the way, this is what Louisville's defense is doing to the Kentucky offense today. 16 yards, punt. 21 yards, punt. Missed field goal. 3 and out, 4 and out for -6, 3 and out for -2, 3 and out for 8, 4 and out for 9, 3 plays, 46 yards on this current drive.
Wow.
It's been
I
ugly.
just flashed it up here now. It has not been great.
So good for Miami's resume.
It is. I mean,
Louisville's be fringe top 25.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I guess the other thing to watch now around college football, and maybe I can flash this up on the screen, is some possibilities in the ACC. Let me see if this shows up.
Please, there it is.
So again, here is our little generator. It is not ours. It is bball.notnothing.net if you want to go and play around for yourself. But if we assume Miami wins this game, let's see what happens if we punch in Cal beating SMU. That still gives us Virginia against Duke. So we need Duke or we need Virginia to go down. If Duke loses to Wake Forest, that would be enough to get Miami into that game. And I think that's possible because Wake is plucky.
Where's that game?
That game is being played at Duke, but Wake Forest has a lot to play for. And, of course, we've got Virginia Tech.
So it's Cal over SMU and Wake over Duke gets them in?
That's right. I realize this is a little bit off the screen. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I can pull this over here a little bit.
Thank you.
There you go. Now you can see it.
Much better.
All right, so that's what we'd be looking at here. We'll play around with that a little bit more, but let's head back to this game. As Ohio State now has the ball. Little 7-yard completion to get it up to midfield. Snowing a little bit harder. Michigan Stadium, Dan. A little bit harder.
By the way, how about, excuse me, Pitt going for over 400 yards against Georgia Tech, and then Georgia unable to do anything with any sort of consistency on offense against Georgia Tech's defense out of nowhere?
Man. It's wild.
All right, 2nd and 3, midfield for Ohio State. With
Julian saying a lot of time back.
Got a man. Wow.
That is Carnell Tate, a 50-yard touchdown pass. My friends, that might be the ball game. That was a beautiful throw, cutting through the snow up there in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Carnell Tate wide open over the middle of the field. I mean, just wide open. They're showing the behind the quarterback view right now. And it's another double move, right? Carnell Tate, double move, gets over that high safety. He is wide open, nothing but green grass in front of him. There was a Michigan defender in the vicinity, but he couldn't get over there in time. Nowhere close to it.
Hard to change direction when you're not ready to in this sort of environment.
The extra point is up and good. It is 24-9. Ohio State looking to snap that 4-game losing streak here, Dan.
Feels insurmountable.
With the way that Michigan's been playing on offense lately, yeah. I mean, there have been a few nice plays, but by and large, feels insurmountable. Speaking of which, Miami is now into the end zone. There is a flag on the play, but if they let it stand, it's going to be 31-7 Miami up over Pitt. And I think that would pretty much be all she wrote in that game as well.
That was Jaden Mangum on the coverage getting turned around for Michigan, a Michigan State transfer.
Let me flip back over to this here and show you what I was talking about. So it's a little bit offline. I can't figure out how to fix this, but you can, I think, see it close enough. Here's where things stand, okay? If we punch Miami in with the win, and if all the chalk were to win in the ACC, all the favored teams, and you calculate the standings, your championship game is SMU against Virginia. If you are a Miami fan and Virginia goes down,
yeah,
it's still not enough. If you are a Miami fan and Duke goes down, that is the most important thing. You need Duke to lose against Wake Forest. That's the thing. That's the thing that you need. You need a Duke loss. It's not enough just for Virginia because right now Duke's got the tiebreaker. So you need Duke to lose against Wake Forest, and I don't think that is too far-fetched. I think that is entirely possible.
Right.
And in that instance, you get a Miami-SMU rematch.
Okay. I'd watch.
I would absolutely watch that. And to be honest with you, that's probably the best case scenario for a team like a Notre Dame. For some of those teams, for a team like an Alabama that right now is kind of on the fringes of playoff eligibility.
Vandy, Utah.
You don't want a team from outside the top 12 stealing more spots. So this would be a nice little turn of events here for Notre Dame, frankly, if this were to come to fruition. But we'll wait and see. Let's go back to the game. Somebody's saying, the doc's saying that at this point it might be more entertaining to look at old hair photos of me.
I have them.
Yeah. Do you have the one with me and the big, like, fro? Where
I got them all.
Great. That's a touchdown for Miami. It's 31-7. That's going to be the ball game.
Ooh, that's that.
Pittsburgh. That's going to be
really
the ball
impressive game. Day for Miami.
Yeah. Miami looked really good last week. And they've looked really good so far this week. That's Sharmar Brown with the touchdown.
Okay. I've pulled one hair shot from you. We can go bigger, though.
So I think Michigan's going to have to open this up, Dan. I mean, midway through the third quarter, down 15.
You'd think. The number of shots I have.
I'm going to post something in our chat here right now. For those of you who are new here, first off, hit subscribe so that you can take part in all the festivities here in our chat. But also, if you want to leave us a voice message, we play your voice message, a 3-minute cut up of your voice messages on our midnight live stream. The phone number is 855-VERBAL-3 is how you can dial in. Leave a voice message. Our guy Shay will cut up his favorites. We'll play those tonight on the air as part of the broadcast, as part of the podcast that you can hear after the fact. So it's getting late early here for the Michigan Wolverines, Dan.
Agree. There's a picture of Ty on the screen.
Oh, my gosh. Took that away. Take it away, please.
All right, we got a first down for Michigan. We've got another picture of Ty on the screen.
That's the one I was talking about. Good Lord.
And we got this one, which is a favorite for many.
Yeah. A lot going on there.
Steely.
So Michigan with a first down.
BYU took the lead.
We got a play fake from Bryce Underwood over the middle, almost intercepted.
Oh, yeah. That was Caleb Downs.
Gus calls Caleb Downs the IQ of the Ohio State defense. Would love for him to be the IQ of the New York Giants defense next year. Luckily, the ball was actually thrown behind the receiver. It might have been some early contact from Caleb Downs, but no call.
Hit it well.
Run up the middle. Jordan Marshall, maybe 2 yards if he's lucky. We're going to have 3rd and 8. All right, we got a 3rd and 9 here. This is a big one. You give the ball back to Ohio State. If they're able to turn another possession into points, that might be all she wrote. I mean, it might already be all she wrote, but 3rd and 9, you got the snap. Underwood back, throwing.
I think he was held, yeah.
Intended for Donovan McCulley. Igbinozen sort of got a handful of jersey on
I think he was
one.
sort of do-si-doing with him.
Yeah, just kind of pushed him, let him out of bounds. I think that was the right call. So Michigan with a stay of execution there, giving them an automatic first down into plus territory. We'll see if they can get it into points. On the call, we've got Joel Klatt teasing a gadget play of some sort, as if he knows it's coming. He probably does.
No, just taking a shot or no shot. And a drop.
So we had a play fake. It was a throw to Jordan Marshall, but he couldn't hold on out in the right flat. About to be 2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Michigan Wolverines. It's snowing up there, man. We got some snow building up on the field.
It finally is starting to stick, it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Jordan Marshall dragged down in the backfield. It's going to be 3rd and 12. Michigan needs another pass interference call at this rate, Dan.
Yes, they do. They need that PI offense.
Third and 12. 3 wide, 1 tight end. Underwood in the gun, drops back. Throw to the, ooh.
Just a little high.
A little bit high and wide for Donovan McCulley as he takes out some guys in the Ohio State sideline, but that's going to be 4th and 12. Michigan's going to have to punt it. Wow. This is just the problem with going up against Ohio State on defense, man. You know, you can get a few
Not
nice
wrong.
plays here and there, but over the long haul, stringing something together is a problem. And furthermore, I think when they have the ball, it's just really tough to keep them down for any extended period of time. A fair catch at about the 13-yard line by Brandon Innes when Ohio State's going to take back over here in just a second. We're going to pop up a commercial for the YouTube crowd to help pay the bills. For everybody else, let us know your thoughts on this game, on what's going on around college football. Pitt, I believe, went for it on 4th down against Miami. We got Mario Cristobal there in the fracas. The officials conferring as to whether or not Pitt got the line to gain. It looks like they've marked him a bit short. and they're going to give the ball back to Miami. So,
yep. 42-0, Texas Tech. Wow.
40, yeah. Texas Tech already has its second team offense in
20 to 14
defense.
Clemson as fourth quarter is about to start in South Carolina. Obviously, this game is always in the state of South Carolina, but at Williams-Brice.
Yep. What is the point spread in that Duke-Wake game, by the way?
Let's check.
Duke is favored by 2 points? Wow. There's a very real possibility Duke could lose that game against Wake Forest. Wake Forest, by the way, is 8-3 this year, which kind of came out of nowhere.
Great season for Wake Forest. Defense immediately got way better.
So here's where I'm kind of going with this, in terms of the ACC. And it does sort of alter the way that I am thinking about the playoff. If, in fact, Miami were to go through and end up winning the ACC. If Miami ends up winning the ACC, they're probably the 10 or the 11th seed in this tournament, no higher than 9th. So they're going to be on the road. They would have the pass in. I think if they play SMU again, they'll probably beat SMU, although SMU's been playing really well down the stretch, right?
Agree. It will be a good game.
It would be a good game. It would definitely be a good game. And whoever gets into that game is probably going into this tournament as somewhere between the 9, 10, 11th seed. Remember what I said earlier about being the 5 or the 6 seed is going to loom pretty large. I would not want to draw Miami in the first round.
Mario Cristobal returning to Eugene, Oregon?
Yeah. I would not want to draw Miami in the first round with how they're playing as of late.
That's true.
And especially since I think they probably have an axe to grind after last year. They probably have an axe to grind so far with how they've been treated by the committee this year.
I think so.
So if they get in, you got a veteran quarterback, you got a really good defense, you got a really good offensive line. I mean, that's a great starting point. And you have Malachi Toney.
Man, how much longer is Carson Beck going to play?
Man, I'd pull him. Ohio State with the ball now. Snow is picking up on that field. They've got the ball on their own 14-yard line. Up 15. A run directly up the middle. And I mean directly up the middle. C.J. Donaldson, gain of 8. They are just going to drain this clock, man. They are going to drain this clock. They're going to run this game out. And they're going to take their talents to Indianapolis for a game against Indiana next weekend.
Great game.
Really great game. Ohio State, man, just going to play Michigan-style football right now. As we get to 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Real feel 18 degrees.
Just going to drain clock, man. We're going to have to do a podcast here the remainder of this stream because Ohio State's just going to play this bully ball style football now and drain the clock. It's 2nd and 8. They got a 2-yard run up the middle from Bo Jackson. Still pretty deep in their own territory, but they've been running to great effect here. It's going to be 3rd and short. C.J. Donaldson up the middle for about 6 yards or so. I guess if Michigan can get a stop and then maybe string something together, but I feel like we've been saying this all game, you know?
Yeah. I mean, look, it's an offense with a true freshman quarterback, figuring out who their pass catchers were going to be this year. Andrew Marsh has stepped up this back half of the season impressively. But just in terms of where the Ohio State offense and defense is, this has sort of been where Michigan has been this season.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty good, but definitive ceiling. What's this year's signature Michigan win? Be like, this was the best of Michigan this year.
Washington,
I guess. Unranked Washington at home.
Yeah.
Like, it's been 2 weeks since they needed every single possible break to overcome 5 turnovers against Northwestern.
Yeah. And I mean, the Oklahoma game was, I mean, maybe too early to be like a fully formed offense, but
they weren't letting Bryce Underwood do a ton.
No.
It's a nice run. Nice footwork and slippery environment.
First down, about to be second and short here after a C.J. Donaldson run. They're just running the crap out of this clock, man. There are 90 seconds left in the third quarter.
Weirdly enough, because of their results against Michigan, it's been odd not to see Ohio State playing Big Ten championship games.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yep. It's kind of poetic justice in the sense that after folks talking about the Ohio State ground game for most of the year and can they run, are they any good at running, they're going to use the running game to basically salt this one away.
Yes.
But they're taking a shot right now. Julian Sayin overthrows. Is that Carnell Tate down the left sideline? They try to take a shot on second and short. So they're going to have 3rd and 3 here upcoming with 1:01 left in the third quarter. But they've got good field position. Man, Michigan's just got to get a stop at some point here. They got to get a stop. Ohio State is 7 of 10 on third downs right now. Michigan, to the contrary, is 1 of 7 on third downs. So, got 3rd and 3 at the 41-yard line, Sayin in the gun. He has time. He's back to throw. Is he going to scramble for it? Runs for it. That is a first down. Barely gets to the line.
It's impressive, man.
The drive continues. Right now, this drive, Dan, 8 plays, 30 yards, is eating 4:13 off the clock.
Jeez.
So they are just taking their good old time. Here's a question, Dan. Here you go.
By the way, it's Julian Sayin from a soft place of this country, and I mean that in a compliment. He's a San Diego kid.
He is a San Diego kid. What's going to be the main screen game next, Dan?
You mean in the 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern window?
Yeah.
That'll be Oregon for me.
Yeah.
Oregon, Washington. And then the other will probably start out as Tennessee, Vandy, and I'll monitor LSU, Oklahoma.
That's
and
right.
Whatever else is going on.
That's right. Yeah, I got the scoreboard up here, and we could talk through some of these games, but this is what the afternoon slate looks like as the third quarter has ended in this Michigan-Ohio State game, with Ohio State winning by 15 right now on the road. The Oregon-Washington game is a pretty big one. LSU-Oklahoma is significant, and we got some feedback on this one after people listened to the preview podcast. We actually didn't even talk about this game. We had so many other games to talk about that we didn't mention Oklahoma-LSU. Obviously, it's a pretty big deal. LSU, I don't know what the distraction level is.
We really
for LSU.
not?
We didn't mention it. No.
I was sitting so uncomfortable in a folding chair.
Yeah.
I'll take the blame for that. I think I was prepared to talk about it.
I probably was too. I think I probably forgot to put it on the document, but that's on me. Anyway, that's a big game. I'm definitely going to need to focus on that one. Vandy, Tennessee is interesting on several different levels. I, of course, am interested in Penn State, Rutgers, if only because it's my alma mater, and because I'm very curious to see when we're going to get an announcement on the Penn State front. They've been eerily quiet in the coaching search. Heard earlier today that Bob Chesney is now out. Looks like he's going to be going to UCLA. There was some smoke that maybe Bob Chesney might end up in State College. He is from Central Pennsylvania. He's about an hour and a half away from State College where he grew up. but it doesn't seem like Bob Chesney's going to be the guy. This game also very low key is important. This Duke Wake game, especially if you've been following the Miami circumstances over in the ACC. Miami's about to go 10-2 regular season. They're taking it to Pitt right now. Start of the fourth quarter, they're up 24 points. They're going to win that game going away. But if Wake can pull an upset, and I've got upset here in air quotes because it's only a 2-point line, but if Duke can pull an upset, or Wake can pull an upset over Duke, on the road, that might be all it takes to get Miami into that ACC title game, perhaps against SMU, provided SMU doesn't lose.
Will be a tough schedule for whoever takes over at UCLA, by the way. Next year, UCLA at Cal, San Diego State, at Michigan, at Oregon, Illinois at home, USC at home, whatever the Wisconsin defense is at home. They'll travel cross country to Maryland. If that game is in September, that's tricky. They'll win if it's otherwise. Does Bob Chesney have any West Coast or even like Southwest experience?
Not that I'm aware of.
If indeed he is the guy.
Yeah.
Which is a huge, huge deal. The right guy is the right guy is the right guy.
Yeah.
But man, that dude was at Holy Cross 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
Did a great job, obviously. Just like
look, if he ends up hitting it for UCLA, it would be a huge coup because you get him on the cheap.
Yeah.
Or he's at JMU. He's not going to be getting $10 million a year, not to start, if he's bumping up to the Power 4. So that would be significant if, in fact, it ends up hitting.
So who's Penn State swinging for at this point?
There has, we talked about this a little bit on the stream last night. There has been a lot of smoke on Bob Chesney, and it seems as though the general consensus was it is Bob Chesney if they are unable to get somebody who is, at least in their view, a little bit higher up, a rung or two up on the ladder.
Right.
And the word on the street this morning is that they were moving on from Chesney because they had somebody else that they thought was one rung up. And we're just sort of waiting to hear who that is. Now, I don't know who that is. There was some discussion that they had offered the job to Eli Drinkwitz. He didn't want it. Obviously, he signed an extension with Mizzou to stay put. I don't buy the weird rumors that we heard yesterday about Kalani Sitake. I don't think that's a real thing.
Okay.
I think right now the search is all about Kalen DeBoer, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I think that there is real interest there. I had heard a couple days ago that as of like a week and a half ago, DeBoer's agent had reached out to Penn State to inquire about the position.
Mm-hmm.
And so, obviously, I think that would be a pretty good hire. I know Bama people have had a little bit of a love-hate relationship with him, but I still think he's a good coach. He's a really good coach. He's won everywhere he's been. And I think that would be an enormous coup for Penn State if that came to fruition. So that's sort of the name. I still haven't heard a lot about Brian Hartline, some of the big shot coordinators out there. I do not believe they're going to hire Terry Smith. I know there's definitely been some steam on Terry Smith. Seems to have won the locker room, but
unmatched pin game, I should say.
Yeah.
Wasn't he wearing the Joe Pa forever?
He was wearing the 409 pin, yeah.
Yeah. Is that the number of wins? Is that reference?
That was the 409, yeah. So we got 3rd and 2 here in the game du jour. It is Ohio State with the ball at the Michigan 48-yard line. Got to imagine this is 4-down territory. Might as well.
Julian saying 19 of 25, by the way. So a hair under 80% at the moment.
Hair under
right
80%.
There.
3rd and 2. That is a nice cutback run for Bo Jackson.
Stays in bounds.
Stays in bounds to keep it running. Got a couple Michigan defenders trying to strip the ball, but we got tick.
I wonder if the what was the show? It was ESPN Primetime, the Tom Jackson, Chris Berman show.
Yeah.
Just an unbelievable soundtrack to
my
the
God.
highlights. Yeah.
All right. I'll be right back, Dan. You take
Do
it
your
from
thing.
here.
All right. Julian Sands still 19 of 25. Been a very big pistol look year for Ohio State. Nothing doing there. But I've appreciated the look on offense that Ohio State has given everybody. This is just super impressive from Ohio State. Weathering the early hiccups, the turnover, bad weather, on the road, against a defense that's been largely very good all season long. We already know Ohio State is excellent, but schedule hasn't been excellent. Doing this on the road, got to tip your cap. Another nice run. That's a first down run. That's West.
I had a dog get stuck in a workout room, Dan. That was interesting.
Oh, my God. Getting yoked?
I think she went in there. The door tends to close behind itself, and then she tried to get out, and she closed the door. And so the other dog came in and was sort of panic-stricken, which is kind of funny. So anyway, Swolmoyed, yes, absolutely. We got Ohio State driving, still running time off the clock, 1st and 10. Nice run from Bo Jackson. Stays on his feet, gets to about 2nd and 2. Man, they are just pounding Michigan on the ground right now. This is a 15-play drive. How do you feel about this question, Dan, from Austin? Will TV conference money sharing start to level out some of the Big Ten teams' rosters, such as Nebraska, Iowa, Rutgers, et cetera, et cetera? So he's talking about rev share,
right?
College football, sharing some of that money, some of that big payday that they got when they signed the latest contract.
I think the middle and upper middle of conferences, by and large, will undoubtedly be of higher quality because of the ability to fill in gaps and build deeper rosters financially. But the combination of having even more money, more prestige, better coaches, bigger staffs. That's right, staffs. I just think the sport, by and large, will always be chasing a half dozen teams. So perhaps they're upset more, but, your teams like Ohio State and Georgia and Texas and Bama and take your pick, Oregon, Miami obviously is very aggressive on this front. It's still going to be tough to compete, but it's easier to compete. But I don't think you can really gain consistent equal footing, at least not for a long time.
So look, we're 5 away from 27,100. I got to believe there are 5 people out there watching who at least temporarily can hit that subscribe button to get us over that line. We would appreciate that. Thank you very much. The other thing that I would add, look at this number. Good Lord.
Where am I looking?
Right here.
16 play. Oh, yeah.
9 minutes, buddy. 39 seconds. Still ticking down. Ohio State 1st and 10 with the ball in the red zone. They are just running every play. CJ Donaldson battling now.
I mean, this is a Harbaugh drive, dudes.
This is a Harbaugh drive, yeah.
Do you think that conference championships will eventually be in question? I think they already are.
Yeah.
I think there is a question about their place in the sport as the playoff has expanded and will continue to expand, and conferences together and, internally are looking to decide the most efficient way to decide who gets into the playoff, when that seems to be more important than clearly winning the Big 12 or something. So
there it is. Hey, we had 5 people. Smash that subscribe button. Get the 27-1. Thank you. Listen, if you don't want to keep it subscribed, we get it. We were just trying to hit it for this stream. We'd love to keep you around, but do what you got to do. Thank you for helping us get there. We appreciate it. If there are more people out there who want to continue supporting the channel, by all means, you are encouraged to hit the subscribe button as well. But we made it. We did make it. Thanks in no small part to our audience here.
If we get to 30K by the national championship, will you grow a Jacob Rodriguez style mustache?
Yes.
Okay. Same.
I will glad you can do that.
No, I can't at all.
I can grow.
Mine is a threat. Yours is a promise.
Mine is a promise. Yeah.
No, I did it at the beginning of COVID, and it was just it hit a defined ceiling.
So Ohio State with the ball down inside the 5-yard line. Julian Saint throws it out of the back of the end zone. We're gonna have 4th and 4 here.
And Saint's got at least another year.
At least
Saint
another
can play
year.
3 more years after
Good
this
Lord.
if he wanted to.
So they're gonna bring out the field goal unit.
Sure.
They're gonna make it a 3-score affair. Right now it's 15. Kick the FG here, you get it to 18. That's pretty much the game, folks.
Well, that's a 12-minute drive.
That is just preposterous. Just preposterous, Dan. 23-yard field goal is up and good.
Yep.
We have 27-9 about midway through the 4th quarter. Gotta believe that's all she wrote, man.
Is your personality the type that if you were in a position of Ohio State this year, you'd rather win this game on the grass in Ann Arbor or the grass in Columbus? Like celebrate with your people or silence a crowd? What is your
silencing a crowd? I think silencing a crowd with where Ohio State's been these last few years would be more of a relief if you're a Buckeyes fan.
Yeah, I think it's a little tastier.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, certainly when you saw the schedule drop and knew that this game was in Ann Arbor and Michigan's had a good year in their own right. But I think in reality, we knew that there was a pretty significant mismatch between these two teams, and to go on the road and silence the crowd is going to feel pretty good.
We've all
we've
got an interception. Louisville running it back. Louisville's up 34-0, by the way, in the 4th quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, there is something. Anybody who has played team sports and played it away at another school, at another whatever, another court, another field, a home court, a home field for somebody else. And I got to do it as an Oregon fan at Penn State. I mean, you've done that as a fan. Everybody's done that as a fan. Watch your team win on the road. There's something. The air is a little bit sweeter when you do it on the road.
Yeah, Louisville's up 34-zip, man. They are just beating the ever-loving crap out of Kentucky. Kentucky still isn't at 3 yards per play. Just a bad day. Kentucky might be 1-2-3 Cancun in this one, man. I thought Louisville might be 1-2-3 Cancun. It might be Kentucky. I'm curious to see what happens with this opening. I'm curious to see if there's any movement on Mark Stoops, because even though they might have found their guy in Cutter Boley, who I think is a promising young quarterback, there's still a lot to be desired with the way things have gone in Lexington.
I look, Mark Stoops' buyout is $40 million.
Yeah.
I don't know. There is a curiosity with me should we give Mark Stoops the chance to hire another bad offensive coordinator? Like, how creatively bad can he be with his next offensive coordinator hire?
Yeah, man. Yep. 27-9 is the score. Let us know in the chat which other game you're looking most forward to in this here rivalry week. We got a long way to go today, Dan.
Mm-hmm. Did you eat lunch?
I did not eat lunch. I'm going to eat something right after this.
What are you planning?
Probably more leftovers, to be honest. I got a fridge full of them right now.
Protein up.
I got my cousin coming over here shortly to watch the afternoon and probably most of the evening slate with me.
Talking Tony?
Cousin Tony's going to be over here watching this game with me.
Cousin Tony.
Yeah, going to be watching some quad box action.
You want me to make you hungry real quick as we're at commercial?
Sure, go ahead.
Check this out, everybody.
I mean, look at this, folks. I mean...
Pretty good, right?
Is that Angelo's down in Philly?
Oh, man.
Last year?
Yeah.
That was like a religious experience down there.
I think the lines are crazy. But if you happen to be in Philly, or the Philadelphia area. South Philly? Is that what
South
we're talking
Philly?
about?
Yep.
Got some good Italian pastries as well in the neighborhood. It's great. One of the best meals I've ever had. Any genre, anything.
Miami with the ball, 10 minutes left, up 24 in the fourth quarter. Still throwing. And, I don't blame them. Miami's on the outside looking in, right? They got to try and figure out a way to impress some pollsters. So, thank you, one and all.
49-0 Texas Tech. There is still like the hater that lives inside my heart that like if I were a gambling human, be like I could not wager against Baron Morton quickly enough in the playoff. And the rest of Texas Tech is so impressive, and he is pretty good to me. But if I were to look at like what is holding Texas Tech back, even with this murder rampage they've been on, like I'd see Texas Tech against Georgia, Texas Tech against Bama, Texas Tech against Oregon, Texas Tech against a lot of these, Notre Dame. I'd be thrilled to bet against Baron Morton. And it's a hater thing. I don't know why. Do you disagree? Am I too mean about it?
I think you're a little too mean about it, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I would still bet on most of those teams to beat Texas Tech.
I know, but I would specifically look at Texas Tech and say, quarterback and defense. I have very few questions about the defense in this moment, but I see a drop off with a lot of these. I mean, there are questionable quarterback situations. Like, I'm not positive John Mateer is going to be going for 300 against anybody in the playoffs. Should Oklahoma finish the job and get there? But Marcel Reed was made to look a lot more human last night on a bum ankle.
Yep.
But otherwise, it seems like there's a drop off. Maybe I am being a little bit too cruel.
So I don't know if we got anybody that's just passing through here wondering what's going on with this. You see the score. See it's an 18-point spread. I mean, a couple themes in this game, right? A couple themes, I think, that have been pretty prevalent throughout. First and foremost, Michigan's just had a hard time stringing together any kind of sustained drive. They've had a couple opportunities down in the red zone, but weren't able to punch it in for 6. Ended up settling for field goals.
Oh, almost got 6 there.
Got off to a pretty hot start, right? But really came away with 6 points as opposed to what could have been more. And Ohio State has very gradually just asserted their dominance here. They've been really good on the ground. Julian Sayin, after a bit of a rocky start, has been able to settle in. He's had a lot of time to throw the ball. And Michigan just doesn't have enough dudes on defense to cover everything Ohio State's thrown at them. Ohio State, their last drive, you can see it here on the screen, a 20-play, 81-yard drive that ate up nearly 12 minutes. So they're just playing ball control at this point. And Michigan's now in a position where they got to try and throw it to get back into this, and that's just not their game.
No.
That's not been their game all day. I've got Bryce Underwood's stats here, just 6 of 14 for 56 yards. So this offense as a whole on the Michigan side has been held to just 156 yards. They're being outgained by a pretty healthy margin. The other stat that I would call out, and probably what I'll talk about a lot tonight when we do our recap at midnight, but thus far, Ohio State 10 of 14 on third downs. Michigan just can't get off the field. Can't get off the field. And you know what? That's not even a dunk on Michigan. It's not even an indictment of them. It's, I think, more a compliment to what Ohio State has on offense.
You're not wrong.
So Michigan on the ball, or with the ball, inside their own territory. It was 3rd and 18. A short pass out into the flat. And it's going to be 4th and 16. Do you go for it if you're Michigan? It's kind of getting to that territory.
Total is 44.5, by the way. Friends in the desert paying attention to what Ohio State does to be emphatic these last few minutes. But I don't think it's going to get there.
No.
Maybe a punt return for 6 here.
Yeah.
It's going to have room.
So we got a punt to Brandon Innes.
But he's going to have room. Oh, a little too slow.
Had some room, went down about the 45-yard line. This question here from the Wu-Tang forever. Does this game seal a Heisman for Julian Sayin if he continues? I think this might seal a Heisman invite for Julian Sayin. As for who wins the award, I mean, this is a good stat line, right?
Looking at the Heisman odds now, Sayin is second. So right now,
Who's first, Jeremiah Love or Mendoza?
No, Mendoza's at minus 105. And then it goes to plus money with Sayin, Love, and Pavia. But there is a pretty big gap between Sayin at plus 125 and then Jeremiah Love at plus 650.
Yeah.
And then Pavia at plus 1,100, Jeremiah Smith plus 10,000, Jacob Rodriguez plus 15,000. And then you're getting into the 30,000, 50,000.
Right.
Dante Moore, Stockton, Ty Simpson, CJ Carr. CJ Carr's in there at plus 50,000.
So what's our top four again? It's Sayin, Mendoza, Love, and
Pavia.
Diego Pavia.
So Pavia has a chance to make a big jump today with a big win in Knoxville. Jeremiah Love won't do anything significant to help his case, no matter what he does against Stanford. And I believe I saw that Heisman voting is open through next weekend's conference championship games till midnight. And I don't think it even opens until like Friday or something.
Right.
So they're giving it plenty of time. So I don't know, man. If one of those guys has a huge game against each other, Mendoza and Sayin,
yeah,
that would be, everybody's take a seat, saying a lot.
Yeah, there it is. Very good play on words, Dan.
Thank you very much. Somebody, I'm looking at comments here. Anything you want to answer while we're at commercial? Touchdown BYU, I'm seeing.
Yeah, let's flash up that BYU game and see what's going on there. So BYU is going to play for the Big 12 championship.
There you go, up 10, a lot of time left.
Up 10 about midway through the third quarter. They were down 14-zip, so it's been a nice little comeback story here for them. Bear Bachmeier, 14 of 16 on the day, no touchdowns, but those have been collected by LJ Martin, who has 3 of them.
That's all of them for BYU. Yeah.
Yeah.
From this comment, tickle your ass with a feather. I can't say I've thought about having that done or being the doer there.
Yeah.
But, you try everything once and you see if it's for you, right? Who am I to say?
Yeah.
We've got fellow
Whatever
Californian. Subscribe for Dan, but Ty, you're okay for a Notre Dame fan. Greg, where
I'll
are you
take
from?
that.
Where are you from in California? It's a big state. Let's talk Golden State.
I'll take that. I like this question. Yeah, put it up.
How serious do you expect teams to play in the Big Ten Championship? How much resting and not showing anything, etc.? It's a good question. We have not seen, with regard to conference championship games, a willingness to sit and wait for the following round. Because both of these teams are very clearly in the playoff. I think Ohio State's going to be up to win the Big Ten once again because they've had a drought.
Yeah.
And Indiana, the opportunity to win this game, a game in which they've never played, would be enormous. So I think both of these teams are going to be up.
Yeah. I think there is a world in which, and I mean, this is something that happens in like World Cup soccer.
Yeah.
Where there have been, in some cases, like a gentleman's agreement to like, maybe if we just finish with the draw here, we both go through.
Right.
We can help each other.
Can't do that.
But I wonder if you play to the equivalent of a football draw, just a close game, if that keeps both of them inside of the top 4 and gets them both the first round bye.
Right.
Especially now with the loss last night by Texas A&M. I mean, these are going to be the only 2 undefeated teams, right? So it's going to be a hell of a game next weekend. And barring any kind of like total collapse by one side, there's a pretty good chance both of them are going to end up with first round buys.
Yep.
And so I'm curious as well, Austin. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like.
Oh, here's a good question, Ty. So let's assume both of our teams, our main teams in your case, make it through. Which are you most worried about your personal teams facing in the postseason?
All right. So outside of Ohio State.
Right. We'll say outside of Ohio State because that's probably the simplest answer right now.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, it's probably a much easier question to answer on the Notre Dame side because, though I think Notre Dame is very good and I think they've gotten better,
Mm-hmm.
I also have internalized much of the criticism about Notre Dame, which is they haven't really faced that many great opponents. They played them early. The schedule was front loaded. They played USC middle of the season. You can make of that whatever you will. But, there are a lot of good defenses in front of them right now. And though I have a lot of faith in their offense and I think they're legit, it's also not something we've seen a whole lot of proof of concept for. And I think the same is true on the defensive side, to be honest. I mean, they held USC down. But, it does worry me a little bit that some of the offenses in front of them right now could give this defense some issue. I'm still not totally sold that they fix all the defensive issues. So I would be inclined to say, honestly, most of them. I'm going into this one as a Notre Dame fan, assuming they make it, I think in a much more tentative headspace than I've been, than I was last year.
So what's your answer?
Who am I most concerned about?
Yeah.
Let me pull up the standings. I have a couple
who
answers
matches
that are
up
bouncing.
best with Notre Dame? Who has a great run defense and can offer the type of speed at receiver that at least Texas A&M was able to utilize to expose a very early season Notre Dame defense, but did so magnificently.
I mean, look, Ohio State, I think, goes without saying.
Yeah, of course.
This version of Indiana scares me just because I think everybody's sleeping on them and they're better than they were a year ago.
Yep. Look,
All
they have a Heisman favorite at quarterback.
A Heisman favorite at quarterback. I think they're good enough to beat Texas A&M. I think they're good enough to beat Georgia. I definitely think they're good enough to beat Texas Tech. Oregon scares me. I think Oregon comes at them a number of different ways. So Oregon, yeah, or I'm afraid of Oregon. I think they can beat Ole Miss. I think they can beat Oklahoma. Alabama scares me just because of the passing threat. So there aren't a whole lot of teams in there, but again, it felt to me like they were a little bit more proven as a defensive entity last year.
Right.
And I'm not sure I've seen enough on that front to fully assuage concerns right now. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess if I'm answering, it's Oregon, it's Alabama, Indiana, obviously Ohio State.
I would say, obviously Indiana's already beaten Oregon, so that's worrisome. Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, I think would be, with how Georgia's playing defensively right now, they obviously had some down moments on defense this season, but seem to be peaking nicely right now. And Gunnar Stockton has been really good. He's a playmaker. He's a dual threat guy in like the most annoying way possible, where he's good enough to have called runs for himself, but also good enough to pick up a 3rd and 7 with his feet if everything breaks down.
Yeah.
So I think those would be my 3 right now.
Yeah.
And the biggest one for me is Oregon. I'd be most worried about Oregon beating Oregon just because they have injury issues. They've had some big game in the playoff issues, and in conference championship issues. So big game issues just in general. But yeah, so that would be my trifecta.
So just to update you on what's going on in this game, by the way, we've been kind of riffing here a little bit, but we're ticking down to inside 4 minutes. Ohio State with the ball. They just went forward on 4th and 1. Good field position, not necessarily trying to score. They're just trying to run this clock out as the snow comes down a little bit harder in Michigan. It is 27-9.
Ooh, look at that number, the rushing yards this half.
In favor of Ohio State. 96 rushing yards this half for the Buckeyes. We've got -9 rushing yards for Michigan this half.
Sorry to steal your thunder there.
No, it's okay. Someone asked what our teams are. I'm a Penn State grad. I was raised a Notre Dame fan, so I sort of have 2 teams. Dan is an Oregon alum and an Oregon diehard.
And the Lafayette Leopards.
And the Lafayette Leopards, sure.
I do have a soft spot for Arizona because my mom went there, and I grew up rooting for Arizona basketball. But no, I was never really a Desert Swarm guy in that. I grew up a UCLA fan in Southern California. I'm not sure why. I liked Cade McNown.
Yeah.
Danny Farmer. Deshaun Foster. Now, is Ohio State going to plant a flag at midfield?
It wouldn't surprise me if they try.
Well, we've got an unfurled flag on the sideline on
Yeah.
Ohio versus the world.
Yeah.
Ohio against everybody. Man. Holler if you need that pizza video again, Ty. Really get you going.
We got 3:26 left. It's 2nd and 4 for Ohio State. Jake asking what we think here about Lane Kiffin, Dan. I think he's gone. I think he's going to LSU.
Yeah.
That would be my bet. My bet would be Kiffin to LSU, just based on what we've seen. Kiffin to LSU, John Sumrall to Florida. If Ole Miss comes open, Alex Golesh to Ole Miss seems like it would be interesting. I know he's got the job offer at Arkansas, but I think Golesh is waiting around to see what his options are. Which direction Arkansas goes, I would remain to be seen there. I have no idea. Auburn, I guess, depends on what happens here with the Iron Bowl tonight. If they get a win, could see them promoting DJ Durkin. Not crazy about that, but could see them promoting from within.
So is Penn State rooting for an Auburn win in order to hire Kalen DeBoer?
I think they probably are. Yeah.
With the shadow of a failed Iron Bowl hanging over?
I think they probably are. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin to UCLA and the ultimate troll move.
Oh my God.
The ultimate comeuppance against SC. Back to LA.
Our friend Pete Nakos from over at On3 is reporting that Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss athletic director Keith Carter are set to meet around 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Are we going to get chimney smoke
today? Yeah.
Are we going to get chimney smoke?
I don't know if we're going to get chimney smoke. Let me read this article. See what Pete has to say about this. It's at least good to get something of a timeline. My hunch is that we would find out relatively soon after that. Ohio State still with the ball. 3rd and 3 now, ticking down towards 3 minutes remaining in this game. Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss athletic director Keith Carter are set to meet Saturday afternoon, roughly 4 p.m. Eastern time. It's been dubbed as Decision Day.
It's about 40 minutes.
Yeah. Of course, Lane says. So there's not really an update here from Pete beyond this timeline.
It's the conclave, right? That's what it's called?
Conclave. Yeah, the conclave.
The decision, the group. Love it.
All right, so we got a 4th and 5 upcoming here for Ohio State. For those playing along at home, Michigan has just burned its final timeout. They're trying to conserve as much time as they can to maybe give themselves a shot if they can get the ball back, if they can make a big gain or a big play, something, and maybe turn this one on its ear. But they have been pretty much out of this game since midway through the second quarter.
Yeah.
And it's been all Ohio State since then.
What are they playing there in the stadium? Are they playing lit? Is that what you're hearing? How are your ears? Sleeping with my clothes off and I came in through the window.
I can't make it out.
I think they were playing it. And
So we got Ohio State punting it away here. Michigan's going to get the ball with about 3 minutes left. We'll see if they can pull a rabbit out of the hat. I don't know. I'm not counting on it.
I got another question for you.
Yeah, please.
Okay. I don't know how likely it is that Oregon and Notre Dame would be facing off in the first round at this point.
I think it's highly unlikely at this point.
I think it's highly unlikely.
But because of the upset last night to Texas A&M, I think it's a little bit more probable, but it's still, I think, relatively unlikely.
So if they were to meet, they would meet where and when?
It's impossible to say right now.
Of course. Do we go Do you come here and we just watch together and really go for it?
I don't know. I mean, so what we need to watch is how much the committee drops Texas A&M.
Right.
And who are they moving up? Who are they moving down? I mean, it's good news if you're a Texas Tech fan, because I think Texas Tech is probably going to slide up a rung. It's good news, I think, if you're a Georgia fan, they're probably going to slide up a rung. I think Texas A&M is probably going to drop to about 5 or 6 by virtue of the loss. So another touchdown for Miami. They're still throwing. It's about to be 38-7.
Yep.
They're trying to go for some style points here, clearly.
Notre Dame.
So
we have a touchdown.
I think there is a pretty good chance.
C.J. Daniels.
Yeah, C.J. Daniels, 33-yarder. Nice throw from Carson Beck. Michigan with the ball now. It's about to be 2nd and 10. About 3:01 left in the game right now. So, yeah, I still think it's highly unlikely that we're going to get a first-round matchup. What would we do? I mean, that is sort of dependent on your ability as a prominent Oregon alum to figure something out for us. Whatever you think.
We could get tickets. If it were like the Fiesta Bowl or the Rose Bowl or something, we could get tickets. That's not a problem.
No. But what if the game's in Eugene? What if the game's in Eugene?
Well, that's the problem, because I am going out of town. I'm scheduled to leave town on Sunday.
Yeah.
Of that weekend.
Right.
So even if it were Friday night, we would have to get somewhere here, likely here, to watch all of the games on Saturday.
Do you have access to a private jet?
Well, okay, so technically it would be a fleet is what I have access to. So take your pick.
Right.
I feel like the G6 is a little ostentatious. I think we could go a little bit more humble.
Okay.
And I think ESPN would probably fly us private anyway, to be like guest pickers.
And that's the game, folks. So Bryce Underwood throws a fastball through the hands of a Michigan wide receiver, goes right to an Ohio State defender. That, my friends, is going to be the ball game. That is an interception by Igbinosun. Takes his helmet off, runs down to the end of the field. Just gunned it a little too high, intended for Donovan McCulley.
Iggy's sitting right there.
And that's going to be your ball game, folks.
By the way,
27-9 is going to be your final.
I just saw a shot of the Oregon uniforms on the field at Husky Stadium.
Yeah.
They're looking crisp.
Okay.
Looking real good. Yellow, white, green. Helmet on down.
Okay.
But yes, if you are an Ohio State fan, these final B-roll shots of the Michigan crowd are delicious.
They are.
This is what you've been waiting for. This is your what's it called? This is your tantric fandom moment.
Tantric
that
fandom,
you've been holding out for.
We've got a game-ending interception now over in the Pitt-Miami game. Pitt's going to lose this one at home in resounding fashion, 38-7. My God.
Woo!
Miami's going to fall on the ball. It'd be something if Miami decides they want to try and score more points here, and I wouldn't put it past them because I feel
Carson
they
Beck
need.
was just doing a penguin dance, celebrating. It's a great win for Miami. Really,
it's a great win. They need some help, but I hate that this conversation has become Miami versus Notre Dame, and I understand why people have gone there with it. It's of course not just Miami versus Notre Dame, but Miami has looked very much like a playoff team these last couple weeks. I mean, I would hate to see them left out because I think they're a very, very good team. I would like to see them in the playoff, to be honest with you, but we'll have to see how the committee responds to this win over Pitt. 38-7 is going to be your final in Pittsburgh. They're walking out to shake hands right now. Pitt came pretty close to fulfilling the prophecy, Dan. They really did.
They did. Sorry that, they came up just short for you.
It's okay. Cordial handshake between the Nard Dog and Crystal Ball. Miami's going to finish the year 10-2. Good season.
Very
good season. 2 bad losses, but a good season.
Yeah. And honestly, just echoing what you're sort of implying here. It's just too bad we're viewing this through a playoff lens instead of appreciating what Miami was able to do this year, was take another step forward. Mario Cristobal. The losses weren't ideal, obviously mistake prone, but roster looks to be in terrific shape. Quarterback is not developed. Obviously, Carson Beck came in as a pretty developed product, but largely thrived in this offense. And Miami continues its upward trajectory.
Our guy Skull is back. Skull, welcome back. Is the game over? The game's not officially over, but the game is over.
It's not over, but it's just over.
We're at 2-minute timeout. Michigan just threw an interception. They have no timeouts left, so barring any kind of complete catastrophe that I don't think we have seen, it's going to be Ohio State finally getting over the hump. We've got a question here. I love these. Catastrophize for us, Ty. How does Notre Dame crash out? Did Michigan's loss lock it up for the Irish? No, I listen, I don't think anything is locked up for Notre Dame. I really don't. I would feel much better about somebody in front of them losing. I would feel great about Oklahoma losing to LSU to give them a little bit of breathing room. But I think I would like to see what they do with Texas A&M and Texas now. Not that I think they're going to put Texas into the top 12 as a result of this. Right. I don't expect that. But Miami winning over Pitt by 31 is definitely the Canes passing the eye test. I am expecting, if all the favorites win, that Miami is also now going to jump BYU. And it wouldn't surprise me if Miami jumps Alabama.
Which, by the way, that game's not over. That's a 10-point game in the third quarter.
I know.
BYU's up.
I know.
It's not over.
I know. So what frightens me is I feel like there are teams behind Notre Dame that, given the schedule, have an opportunity to jump Notre Dame, right? So if you're BYU, right, you could beat Texas Tech. You could sneak into the playoff as a Big 12 champion.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you're Miami has played pretty well, and they have a head-to-head over Notre Dame that might serve as a tiebreaker if push comes to shove. So though I'm not expecting BYU to beat Texas Tech, there is possibility anyway that you could have another team from outside the top 12 going up there and stealing a spot. Certainly that's the case for Miami as well. So how does Notre Dame crash out of this? BYU winning the Big 12 could make it happen. Certainly if Miami keeps pushing forward, that could make it kind of difficult for Notre Dame as well. If we have somebody like an Alabama with a really impressive performance tonight, taking down Auburn, I could see them jumping Notre Dame, putting Notre Dame kind of like, again, you want to be as inside the top 10 as possible. And I still feel like there are a couple spots that are up in the air. Right now, we're going to have two teams from outside the top 12 that end up getting playoff spots. So you really want to be inside the top 10. And Notre Dame at 9 is a little bit of buffer zone, but not enough for me to feel fully comfortable. So I don't think it takes much to answer your question. I still think there's some chaos here that could keep them out. But I also am a little bit heartened by the fact that they didn't put Alabama in front of Notre Dame. The fact that they ranked Bama behind Notre Dame, to me, signals that the committee still feels pretty good about the Irish, and they're probably going to win tonight by like 50 points over Stanford.
Right.
So they're not going to do a whole lot to hurt their chances. It's really just going to be other schools that kind of assert their case a little bit stronger.
Okay, fair enough. Trying to think if I have anything else for you, Ty, as we conclude the stream.
There is your final knee, boys and girls. Ohio State has gotten over the hump. They have beaten Michigan by a 27-9 margin here in Michigan Stadium. They put the cherry on top of a 12-0 perfect regular season. We're going to see Ohio State against Indiana next week in the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis. That is going to be 1 versus 2, the only two unbeaten teams squaring off for the Big Ten, which would be a fun matchup.
Yep.
Good year, I think, for Michigan, all things considered, but not able to get the job done here. They finished 9-3.
Move in the right direction. Here's my final question for you or for anybody watching, if they can think of this. If Lane Kiffin goes, kickoff 8 minutes for Oregon, Washington. If Lane Kiffin goes to LSU, is there an analog of a modern head coach who left his team for a rival or pseudo rival in the same conference in the modern era? Like USC, UCLA,
Certainly not in the playoff era.
Oregon, Washington, or Oregon State, Michigan, Ohio State. We've seen guys like Brian Kelly leave. We've seen guys, Lincoln Riley leave, big school to big school. I'm just trying to think. I'm not going to count Tom O'Brien, Boston College, NC State.
Right.
Is there anybody who has made that specific kind of move in the modern era?
Not that I could think up off the top of my head. I would also add it's a very Lane Kiffin move to make if he were to make it. That's extremely Lane Kiffin and on brand for him.
And by the way, that kind of move, like Lane Kiffin then cements himself as like the kind of poster boy, like, well, if coaches can do this, why can't players?
Yeah.
Right? Like he will forever be that example for like what, for people that don't like the modern era. Like they'll say like, I guess there's not much I can say if Lane Kiffin can go from Ole Miss to LSU for like,
that's it.
On the margin competitive reasons. What's to say any of these guys shouldn't?
All right. Why don't we leave it there? One final chance for those of you watching to hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
And push us up as high as we can. We appreciate everybody stopping on by, supporting what we do. Subscribing helps support the channel. We will be back at midnight Eastern time doing a live stream recap of all of the action here from Rivalry Week. Again, your final here is 27-9 in favor of Michigan. We're going to recap not only this game, but of course, some of the ones that we saw yesterday and the ones that are to follow today. Mm-hmm. We'd encourage you, if you're not into the YouTube thing all the time, you can also follow the podcast. Just go on out to wherever you get your podcast, search for The Solid Verbal, and hit follow. It is free. And if you really want to support what we do, you can go to verballers.com. That is our Patreon, where we offer all of our episodes without the ads, bonus content. We have a Discord server that's been going crazy today, and it's always a lot of fun on game days. And it's certainly going to heat up now with the coaching carousel spinning around, with conference championships, with playoffs, with bowl season rolling. There's going to be a bunch of action over in our Discord as well. So would encourage you all to check that out. But that is a paid feature at patreon.com/solidverbaldan.
Correct.
We're going to leave it there, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Hope to see you all at midnight Eastern time. In the meantime, for that guy over there, my good friend Dan Rubenstein, for myself, Ty Hildenbrandt, thank you for supporting what we do. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay solid.
Peace.